bros. I'm jamming over here. And don't let Stacks tell you any different. Stacks is like, it's CCR on looped. Oh no. Bro, hey, it's the 7-minute version. Don't get at me on this shit. CCR changed my life. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice, feeling healthy as ever. Shout out to my old man, my pops. Bro, I felt bad taking him up there, knowing he hadn't eaten all morning. I was like, shit, he hadn't eaten? It's about to get real. But no, hey guys, let me tell you a little story before we start the show tonight. And yes, I'm short. Don't worry, I'll explain how I'm short, how it all works out. But let me tell you what's up, all right? So first, I want to give a shout out to the Theta gang. I know you guys are out there getting your ass whooped, getting robbed in daylight, and I'm happy to see it, all right? I'm so happy to see it. But let me, bro, I still got the music bumping in my house. It might be low on the computer, but it's loud on me. A couple of things, guys. Tonight is going to be a little bit special tonight. I have invited everyone, and I mean everyone, in the voice chat channel that wants to join in at any time. You can. You will be on the channel. You'll be live. Remember, you can join this chat, this live stream via the Discord. If you guys ever have a question, come to the Discord, guys. We're loaded in there. There's over 700-something people in an active Discord where people participate, people get out the ideas, they share their thoughts, this journey of holding GameStop this whole time frame. But how are we going to navigate options and everything else? Now, for all you guys that are here right now, I don't think you should leave. I don't think you should leave today's live stream. I know that it is the 2-year anniversary of the channel this whole week. And specifically today was the first day that I ever went live and did a live stream. I listened to that video. Oh God, I was terrible back then. I'm still terrible probably now. But back then, guys, I was so much hopium inside of me and I had a vibe to me, but the remaining things really stay the same, right? Like, I still think AMC's trash. I think Adam Aaron's a snake, and I think GameStop's amazing. But back then, I would say things like, man, I ain't selling till $400,000 a share. I'm not selling till this amount a share, whatever it may be. Have I tempered off of that? Kind of. And then there's some days where I talk to my dad, I talk to my brother, and I talk to people, and I'm like, man, I ain't never selling. I need 100,000. I need 10,000. I need 20,000. But the truth is, from that moment 2 years ago when I was making videos to now, I remember in the month of June, guys, the month of June 14th, somewhere in that range and somewhere in that area, we had like 200 subscribers to the channel. And this is 2021, 2 years ago. And I was like, man, we got 200, man. I mean, shit, we're going to hit 300. And I was so excited. But just think about it. If there's 6,000 something plus just here, right? And everyone's been buying 1 share a day on average for the last 2 years. I'm ballparking. Out of 500 trading days that have been available to you, and if you bought a share, you're looking at around 300,000 shares on this channel alone. But I know people have bought a whole lot more. And if that were the case, then you're sitting with 500 plus. If you have more than 500, a couple thousand, you know where I'm coming from. I know individuals that have thousands of shares, plural, thousands, 30,000, 70,000, easy. And I'm just letting you know, guys, if you don't think this little small corner of the internet matters or that it moves this market, it moves us. Just to know that whatever is DRS, whatever is available, I know people have been doing the math and try to break that down. But we're going to talk about a lot of things today. Okay, we're going to talk about Target. We're going to talk about Best Buy. We're going to talk about, well, I didn't want to do Walmart per se, but I want to do us as well. GameStop. I want to talk about AMC. I also want to talk about BBBY and HYMC and anything else that might come up in the discussion. So you guys feel free to chalk in the chat. You guys know the way this works. I go ahead and read the chat every time. We are live tonight. I know it's a rarity for us to be live tonight, but the thing is this, I didn't want to miss it, but I did. I'll tell you how this all happened. I was going to go live this morning. I was. And I went and my dad called me. This is how he is. He goes, hey, man, you got that edger? I'm like, yeah, I got the edger. And I got this Black & Decker edger, this thing that you do the edge of the grass with. It's not a weed eater. It's an edger. It's real. It's awesome. And it cleans it up. It makes it's a clean cut on your grass. And he goes, man, I want to borrow that. I said, yeah, no problem, Pops. I'll bring it to you, man. You're my dad. I'm on my way. And so when I took my son to school this morning, I drove down, went to my dad's house, and he's out there cleaning the pool. He's his own pool man. He cleans his own pool. He used to pay a guy, but he does it himself now. So I'm watching him clean the pool, and I'm like, hey, man, I might even go swimming right now. That's how tired I was yesterday when I ran the bump and grind. And he goes, oh, man, bump and grind. that, I need a good workout. Okay, Pops, you need a good workout? All right. Well, we go do it right now. Stop the bullshit, jump in the truck. He's like, all right, let's go. Put his ass in the truck. I felt bad because I knew what it was. We got up on that mountain. He got his ass whooped. Hour and 20 minutes to do 3 miles. It's 3 miles long, but you go up 1,000 feet. It's no joke. And you still got to come down. And I'm just letting you know, it's the real deal. So it's what I've done every day for the last 4 days. I've managed to lose, on average, 2 pounds a day. I'm trying to average 1 pound a day, but I'm doing more than that. Right now, I've been on this weight loss program for 10 days. For 10 days now, and I've lost 17 pounds. I am down to 235. I feel great. I feel rejuvenated. I'm eating lighter. Matter of fact, when we came down the mountain, we went to a restaurant. I ordered a shrimp cocktail, guys. Just the shrimp and the vegetables, whatever. That's all I ate. And I'm not eating anything heavy. I'm keeping things light. And had a little bit of chicken when I got home. Had, what else did I eat? Egg whites. Had egg whites and a little bit of sausage with it that I could eat. So a little bit of protein. That's it, guys. I'm doing the best I can. Assume that we need at least a double test. Oh, you guys are actually reading the shit. You guys really want to know what's going down. Badass Trader, we break that bull pennant yet. Didn't break it, Scott. Bounced right off of it. Guys, I'm going to show you guys the chart right now, what I'm drawing up. And remember, I'm not the best drawer in the world, but I do okay. That's what they tell me. So if you guys ever want to participate in this, you guys can. But let's go and look at the chart. Okay, so as we look at this chart first, here is GameStop. Now, GameStop a while back, guys, did the unthinkable, and it had the 50-day crossover, and that's this blue line here. This yellow line here. Yellow line is the 50-day EMA, and that's where we're at right now, just trending with the 50. True level of support should be the blue. The blue is the 500-day EMA. Now, this 500-day EMA has always been below the 200 and the 50. Somewhere back in September, it crossed. And when it crossed over, you knew we were in a downtrend. You knew we were going to hit the down. It's going to be just a ride all the way down this wave that comes down. Now, that has never happened before since, I don't know, years ago. But I made them really thick so you can see them on the screen. But as you guys can see right here, we've always had the 500-day, the 200-day, and the 50-day. That's the difference here. Now, as they run parallel, great. This is when they crossed over. This is when analysts were saying it's a sell, it's not a buy, we need to get out of it. Because remember, they need to show profit per quarter, per year for their investors. There's people out there that invest money long, yes. Private equity is the one that locks up all the funds, right? Not necessarily people who are invested with certain types of hedge funds. So when people are looking at me, and they just posted in the Discord earlier, if you guys didn't watch it, it put 0.72 when they sold their complete GameStop position. And I was like, yeah. Because they probably knew this is the bottom. They know that they're an actual great company and they've been shorting and fucking around, excuse my language. And there's the pop. When it popped, this is where you sell. Now, right now, the RSI is running so hot, I think we're going to have a sideways day. Now, the way I drew this, as in the trend here, you see this green line here? I think that's what we're actually trending on. So that's where we're headed. And it can go no lower because this white line here, I'm just letting you know, this real green line here, you let me know when we want to go under this green line. But where green and white meet is where you can step out. Now, I know that red line, that is Badass Trader's line. Maybe I'm off by a couple of millimeters, but I'm pretty sure I'm giving it some justice. It's broken out, fake breakout, whatever it may be. Remember, these are logs. We're using logs here, not linear charts. So as you see what's happening with GameStop, it looks like a monster over the last 12 trading days, set over the last 15 calendar days. It has been amazing. It bounced off of 18, came straight through, going all the way up. Now, as it tags the line, my little white line here, white lines, I said, hey, didn't I tell you trades? I say, hey, man, when I draw these white lines, don't snort them, all right? That's what it is. So it's going to bounce right off of that, come back down. Is it going to just consolidate somewhere in here and then step out again? We'll see. But I think earnings are coming, right? I think people need to be worried because I went to GameStop today. And my pops was there. Matter of fact, guys, went to GameStop, gift card. Someone tonight will win this gift card. No, it's not a lot. No, it's not everything you want it to be. But it's the most I could afford at the moment because I got some stuff going through. This is going to be a $25 cash card, gift card to GameStop for you guys. And my pops is proof that I bought it. So, no shit, guys. It's yours. I don't know what it says. It says reveal this pin and then it's yours. Okay, cool. So I can peel that and then I reveal it. Okay, cool. So someone, I will take this picture here and I will send it to you via a DM on either Twitter or Discord. Now you have to be in the U.S. to basically use it, but I'll try Canada. We'll see what it is. That's what she said. I don't know that's what she said, but I'm going to read the chat. I'm going to read everything, guys. I know Tetron's live right now. I apologize to him. I said, man, I was planning already going live, and he went ahead and went live, but I invited him over to the chat. So at any time, if somebody wants to type to him and tell him he can come on over to the show, I want to get him on. I want to get him some views. I want to get his name out there. As always, you guys know what it is. Smashed up the like buttons, guys, for this late night hump day stream. For some of you guys, it's late night. For me, it's perfect. I'm not watching the basketball game. There's no Lakers on tonight. I'm not going to watch the Heat and the Celtics play. I'm going for the Celtics in that series because I want to see, a Lakers Celtics final like I always do every damn other year. But other than that, guys, it's been a great day. Been a great run for me. This whole 2 weeks being off of work. I'm ready to go back to work right now. I really am. I'm rejuvenated. I feel purpose. Certainly with the haters out there that are hounding me at work and or following me at work, I love that. Because now it's going to make me work even harder and make me clean even more. And hopefully I can get the broom and the dustpan and there can be more pictorials so they can actually see what the hell you do for your money. Because I'm a living testament of what you should be doing for your money. And that's work, period. What do they think it is? Do they think that everybody just gets to sit back in an office and just cash a check? Is that work to you? Is that work around this world? Nah, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep grinding the way I've been grinding. Because I'll tell you what, this grind's never changed. And it got me this far. So what the hell? I got nothing to worry about. I've been doing videos on YouTube for 2 years, guys. And I told them then and I'll tell them now. Those are not investments I'd want to touch. Now, I will warn you right now tonight. I have not broken down the balance sheet, and I'm going to look at the 10K for Best Buy, for Target, and for GameStop. Well, I'll look at GameStop in a way, but I have not looked at those 10Ks. I pulled them up right before I started the stream. I have not gone through them at all, but I will tonight. Additionally, AMC. I know you're out there somewhere, AMC. I know you guys are somewhere out there. We're actually looking underneath the same stars. And for whatever reason, you guys have painted yourself out to be something that you're not. But it's cool. Do you understand what happened to the box office last week? Last week, the box office, domestic box office, brought in around $27 million on Monday and Tuesday. Okay? Monday and Tuesday of last week, the box office brought in $27 million. This week, they brought in $19 million. Guys, it is a drastic drop off week to week if you're not releasing new movies every week. And it looks like people just want to see the opening release, right? That opening weekend. Other than that, they're not coming back for seconds. That's what I see on the downtrend for the box office domestically. What did I tell you? This is the best chance they have at posting a profit. If they don't post a profit now, they never will. The key word is never. I hope people understand that. So, how are you doing? I'm going to do the chat right now as I get through this. Once I get through this chat, we're going to get to the boring part. We're going to get to the balance sheets. We're going to go look at some stuff. And why am I comparing Target and Best Buy? Because GameStop told me this. Look at what the GameStop told me. This is GameStop right here. GameStop tells me that their competition in the United States, we compete with Walmart, which I didn't pull up. Walmart's really big balance sheet. It's totally different. I have to go check it out. Target, Best Buy, Amazon, among other. Amazon's too is really funky because they make money elsewhere. It's not just, pluses and minuses. But I'll go ahead and look at it as best I can. And this is the 10K for GameStop. Well, we all know how great it was or how great it wasn't to some people on Wall Street who want to be, bears about it all. They lost $300 million. I'm like, oh, okay, they lost $300 million, bro. When they lose that? The first 6 months of the year, they lost $300 million. Oh, okay, so that's all we're counting, the first 6 months? We don't want to talk about how great they did the second 6 months? No, nobody? It's all right. This is what I'm looking at, guys. I want them, look at this, 2,500, 2,600 leases in the next 2 years. You don't think they can actually tighten that up, see what they can make profit on, close down some of these buildings? It's a big expiration date. And speaking of expiration date, guys, and I know I'm supposed to read in the chat right now, but the expiration of the actual options this week are going to be this Friday, right? I mean, it's massive. And it's the biggest week that we've had in a while. It's not really that big, though. Why is it not really that big? Because people aren't writing calls. Well, some people aren't writing calls. Holy hell. But if they're not writing the calls and they're not selling the cash secured puts, the options is as big as it's going to be. And yes, with the spike in the price, could it eventually roll a gamma ramp of some kind? No. There's no gamma ramp that I'm trying to get to. There's no end game here. All it is guys, we hit $23. We looked at it, we smiled, we said, oh my God, we're here. And it's going to be the same thing whenever we hit 24 and 25. From the way I see it, we're going to step out in about a week or two, and either we're going to go to the upside or fall right back down. But hey, I'm happy for everyone that's in the Discord admitting that they were wrong. But you know why you're wrong, and you know why you're in shambles and you're being sarcastic about it? Because you can't admit that you were wrong. That's the difference. You admit it candidly. You admit it like, oh, you know what? I was wrong to write these calls. I was wrong. And here's why I said, guys, I'm short. If nobody knows why I said I'm short, I'm going to show you why I said it. We're going to go to the 1 hour chart. Okay? So this is the 1 hour chart for GameStop. And if you are short, like my wife's 4'11 and a half. She's pretty short. And it's not that she's short on the stock. She's just short in stature. And do you know what I give to her? Whenever she can't reach something, I give her a damn step ladder. And right now, I'm short, and I have my beautiful step ladder right here. That is GameStop. That is the chart. I'm walking up these steps called life. It looks amazing, guys. It was at 1807. 23, 24, 23, 24. Look at these damn Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. I love this. Anyway, look at the amount, $6 and some amount of cents. And it's exactly where you want to be, because that $6 represents what? Almost $2 billion of market cap on a swing. Now, we need to consolidate at some point. We need to go sideways at some point. Somebody will tell you we need to retract on back down. I'm just going to tell you, even in the after hours, we went up an additional 4 basis points, whatever it may be. Guys, we'll keep going. This thing will keep running. And why? Because we keep buying. I don't want to hear that shit. I've seen no volume on this stock for exactly 14 days, and all it's doing is going up, 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 up. So, am I short? If I was, I would just use this ladder, and it would boost me a little higher. As short as I want to be, I'll never short this stock. I'll never short a stock. I just buy GameStop. I love it. I love the stock. Thank you. That was my point to the show. But hey guys, if you guys don't believe that chart, go look at it. It's a great chart on an hour, and I can't get better than that. But let's go through it. Hell yeah, CCR. You know what's the crazy thing about CCR, J. Cole? J. Cole, I'm going to tell you something. My grandmother didn't speak a word of English. The only English word she knew was no and maybe asshole. I don't know. Stupid. I don't know what she said. She was great. She just knew Spanish, right? The same catchphrases every time for me. Set it up with shut the door, because we're letting the flies in. And she would say whatever. But my grandma had some crazy wisdom, and she would teach people things, and she was awesome on that way. But in addition to that, she loved CCR. That was her favorite group. That's what she wanted to listen to. If it was jamming on the radio, she was jamming. She just sitting there just jamming out. Because for a lot of Mexican families in California, you're either going to listen to Three Dog Night or CCR. They're California-based Three Dog Night. That's a little different. But CCR was it. That was the Beatles to these guys. So these guys that were coming up, that's how it went down. So I listen to a lot of CCR. A lot. And right now we're climbing up the mountain. Today, my dad and I had the headphones in. That dude's talking about nothing. I had my AirPods in. I'm just like, bro, shut up, bro. I'm trying to concentrate. No, I wasn't doing that. I love them. But I was listening to Van Morrison and CCR getting up that damn mountain. That was me. Always a great day to be GME long. Absolutely. Have you seen it? That's how it goes down. Short. What though? Capital to buy the last sub $100 pre-split shares. Yeah, Stacks, I had the option today to buy 10 shares. I did. And it's not that I didn't pull the trigger. It's that I'm saving my cash because it's my son's birthday. And I need to do something for this guy. He's turning 13. Now, guys, I'm turning to you, the crowd. We have to do something fun for this guy. He's about to be a teenager officially. And I have the idea. I'll take him to the beach. We'll ride some. We have these scooters. These the ones you stand on, the Segways, and we'll take those up and down the coast. We'll do that and whatever. And then my wife's like, he doesn't like all that. He don't want to do all that. I was like, he's a gamer, but I'm like, man, I'm gonna take this little ass. I'm gonna take him paintball. I'm gonna take him to paintball. Let us get his ass hurt and stuff. But then I gotta take his friends too. His friends are gonna cost me $50 a kid, man. So let's just say there's 5 friends. Now I'm down about $500. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. But I don't mind spending it if it's on him and it's going to be worth it. So, Yeah, that's coming up, guys. Give me some ideas. Sure. I thought about taking the go-karts and shit like that. My wife's like, you gotta be cool. You cannot be the not cool dad. Look at you. You're the cool dad. And I was like, oh shit. It was easy for my daughter. You know what we did? I think we rented my daughter a limo and had all her friends. We picked every one of her friends up in the limo. They went to lunch, and that's what they want to do. They want to ride around the limo. That was easy. I knew the limo guy. We got a discount. Whatever. I was like, whatever. Not now. Not this. My son's different. Dang, I thought Marantz was just a rapper. You mean you thought I just listened to rap music? No, I was brought up on 70s and 60s and rock and everything else, man. I'm a different cat. Let's see who we have in the chat. We have Tetron. Tetron Invest. You want to turn on your camera?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're live on the channel right now.
Okay, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Bro, you can interrupt anytime. Check this out. Put yourself on the camera. Can you turn on your camera? Let me close this. I'll put you big screen, bro. Guys, this is Tetron Invest. He's a good dude. Hopefully his camera's coming up. I don't know. It takes time to load on Discord. But no worries. It'll come up. They'll see you on the screen. I'm just reading the chat for now. How you been, brother?
Pretty good. Just trying to organize myself and just buy GameStop. And, yeah.
I'm actually setting you up to put you on the actual title. So if they want to click on your channel, they can. Yeah, eventually, I don't know when his camera's going to come on, but it'll eventually get there. But you guys will tell me when it gets there. But right now, oh man, I'm going through the chat right now. But yeah, anyway, guys, about 70s rock and anything like that. Yeah, I was brought up music. My pops is real about music, so he taught us a lot. You know, in Georgia, there's this thing called musical bingo. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. There's a guy, he actually travels from like restaurant to restaurant. He's from the radio station. And as you get in there, the little pizza place, he'll give you a placard for bingo. And what they do is they play a song and they don't give you the title of the song. And you have to guess the title of the song and play bingo with it. I don't want to tell you who wins bingo every time. My dad's undefeated because it's not fair. He literally knows all the songs on the damn card. So he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to win on this one. So that's the way it goes down. There's Tetron. I see him now. What a good-looking ass dude. How you doing, sir? Yeah, you know, I'm going to make you bigger. Let's see. How can I do that? Can I do it that way? There you go. So this is Tetron Invest, if you guys don't know who he is. GameStop guru. Talks it up. Likes it up. I love this man. He has a YouTube channel, guys. You guys need to go out there and see him. For the amount of subscribers that I have, he should have equal amount, if not more. He's diligent. He's on it. And he's doing his best, even though he gets busy from time to time, and he'll cancel his live stream on you. It's not personal. Hey, but I tell you what, we've come a long way. I mean, from you not having a microphone that worked right, from you not having a camera that showed anything, from you doing your Super Smash Bros, whatever it was, Mario parties.
Super Sluggers?
Yeah, I'm down with you, and I'm happy for you. Did you? Now you're a Nintendo guy. Do you have a Switch?
Not yet, but me and my brother have said the second they come out with Mario Super Sluggers on the Switch, we'll buy one.
What the hell? Well, you know, I got a gift card that I'm giving away tonight for GameStop. I'm giving away this gift card tonight, and I might just give it to you because what the hell? You need to go buy a damn Switch so you can actually play Link. You know, there's this new game Zelda that just came out, and when I went there, he said, I talked to the kid behind the counter. I say, hey, man, how busy was it in here? He goes, man, it was so busy we ran out. I'm like, how could you run out of games? And
That's nuts.
that's the greatest thing ever. He goes, man, from Harry Potter to this, you know, you got Diablo 4 coming up. There's games out there that are just continually coming out. And then people are just buying consoles. And people are buying games. And they had consoles in there for $4.99, unused, brand new, PS5. They have the consoles, guys. They have everything. GameStop looks great from an inventory standpoint. Now, I was watching your show earlier. I know you were on. I didn't want you to cut it off. Are you still live?
Oh, I think, yeah, I cut it off because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to hop in like on here on camera. But it's
Okay. Okay, well, listen, hey guys, he was live. Go watch him. Okay, check this out. You were talking about Target and all the money they were losing. Now, they announced that they're going to lose $500 million on top of the $600 million they lost last year. So that's $1.1 billion in inventory. and you called it shrink, and that's what it is. But there's also something called hidden shrink, okay, in the world of retail. And hidden shrink is anything that's not part of a SKU, okay. And the way I could give it to you is if you were to use too many paper clips, too many Post-its, too many pens, and you're constantly ordering supplies and they come up missing. And I would tell you an abuse of what we called controls is a reason why a company can get into trouble. Now, you have to have controls and you have to have management that enforces those controls for you to actually know what the hell is going on. Now, in my place of business, we have controls from the top to the bottom where every dollar matters and we treat it like a penny business. I'm starting to think that Target doesn't understand the definition or the idea of a penny business. So I'm curious if it's going to be in the board of directors that I find this in, and or I'm looking at the balance sheet coming up today. So I was trying to get your take on it. How do you feel about a company losing $1 billion in loss, net loss?
It's actually nuts. Part of it, is all this craziness going on, a lot of just crime and like organized retail crime. I know they said that was kind of what it's about, but you're right, a great point. It's like you have to adjust in some way. So to just let it kind of be happening, it's just like if they already happened last year, where were the changes put into place for this year? It just seems like
correct.
They're not really acting on it, which just seems like a little weird.
Well, that's my biggest thing. My biggest thing is how you don't adjust. You should be fired. Somebody should be fired at this point. And or it should be like the top of like if you're going to lose 1.1 billion, right? It should be the number one talking point and the number one thing of emphasis. And I'll give you this example. You could hire security. I don't care if it was armed security. You could hire security for every Target in America and it wouldn't cost you $1.1 billion. So whatever it costs, you need to do it to ensure that you don't lose 1.1 billion in losses. No one's going to tell you this because they're afraid to what? Third party it? Third party it. What's going to cost you? $6,000 a month? If that. It's not even going to cost you that. But if you were to pay that for the operation hours that you're open, but it's more than that, guys. It is absolute and it's institutionalized to lose it that way. You have to have the worst controls put into place. And we're talking about from freight to final delivery. There has to be something going on that you have to attribute it to. You can't just go status quo. We're going to keep working and we're going to keep selling things and not address the biggest elephant in the damn room. It's a $1.1 billion problem.
It's nuts. It's actually insane. And for my time in like retail a little bit, if I told you I used to be a Marshall's department store manager, like the sales floor.
Yeah, I remember that.
Really, yeah, the shrink was always kind of a thing. And they were like, oh, well, we just have to try and make the number next year. And I'm like, so what do we do? They're like, oh, just go greet the customers so they don't steal as much. Like, that's the plan. Like, that's the best the company came up with. Like, I understand the aspect of customer service. And, like, you should go up someone, seems suspicious, so kind of get them like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it because now they're paying attention. But
they just told me that you're low. They just told me that you're low. Holy shit. There we go. Go ahead and talk now.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah, now you're good.
Saying, like,
you were loud on my speakers, but not on theirs. Mm-hmm. But thanks.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Shout out to Hot this year. My mod, he's so good. He just texted me. So I apologize.
Nice.
He just called me. He's calling me on delay. I got you, Hot. There you go. We got it.
Clutch.
Yeah, Clay, these guys are good. Mm-hmm. But no, so back to what we were saying, and I apologize for being so low, and thank you to Hot this year for calling that out. So I don't know. Did you hear the breaking news last week about me?
Oh, about the bozo
picture?
with BBYQ? Yeah.
Yeah, the picture that they took of me while I was working?
Yeah, that's...
Well, here's the thing. They think they cracked the case, right? Ask yourself, how long have you known where I work? Since we met?
Since we started talking for a while.
Thank you. Since we met, right? Like, I told you the first conversation we've ever had.
Yes, I remember exactly, yes.
People think it's like some big secret, like, oh, he does not telling people where he works or whatever it be. And the truth is, I tell everyone in confidence. People that I trust, people that they have to understand how this works out here in this world. So I just want to make that sure that I have told you well before.
Yes, no, definitely.
Before you were ever even doing your thing on YouTube or anything. I know that for a fact. So
yeah, when I saw the image.
What's that, sir?
Like when I saw it, I was like thinking to myself, like, this fucking loser cause, like number one. And number two, also,
Yeah.
you know, when you run things, like when I was like a sales floor manager, like at that time I was younger and it wasn't like a major role, but like I always thought it's a great thing to do the small stuff like take out the garbage or sweep the floor, because then the people working for you or like underneath you, whatever, are like, well, if he's going to do anything it takes to get the job done, then I got to do that too. So I just feel like that's like a leadership thing too. So I was looking at like people were like, oh, you got him. I'm like, what?
It's okay. Like, you know, I don't dress that well for a manager, I guess. I push carts.
I think you look good, man. You're good.
Yeah. No, hey, I've lost a lot of weight now. Nice. That picture really tore me apart. No, I was already on the weight loss program, but I lost in the last 2 weeks. I've lost 17 pounds, and I'm still going. So my plan is to lose 50 pounds.
That's awesome.
I want to be skinny like you. I want to look good like you. And there's a reason why I don't wear the headphones. They don't fit me. No, it's crazy to me, man. It really is, because I know that I've told you and I've told all the moderators. The moderators know what I do for a living, like why I'm so busy, and it's just a whole different vibe. But think about when you think about like inventory and think about retail or anything, I don't think there's anyone that has a better idea than individuals who actually work it and do it. So for me personally, my company that I work for, they literally do their own inventory. They don't outsource it. Every employee is accountable for what they count and what they do. So there's a day where we'll shut down the whole business and count. And it's absolutely phenomenal, because when you can count, you know, all that product and all that merchandise, we're talking about like $17 million worth of merchandise, you're counting by hand. Everyone.
Like doing inventory type of thing?
Yeah. Yeah. We're every bottle, every sock, every t-shirt, every, you know, case of this, every case of water, you name it, you're counting. And then you realize while you're counting, okay, and this is what I think Target should do, by the way. While you're counting, you're taking into consideration, like, oh my God, this is how this product leaves the store. Like, how does that happen? How are we missing a pallet of water? How are we missing a pallet of tissue paper? Oh, because it's under the basket. It's bottom of the basket. We call it Bob. So you literally have to check the bottom of the basket, right? You're like, okay, let me look at that. So as people are leaving the store, you're checking it. And you're like, hey, did they catch that on the receipt? Is it there? There's so many items, or what we call hot items. You're looking for them. So it might be a bottle of tequila. You know, it might be 1942 Don Julio. But there is a way that Target could pinpoint the products that are walking out and how they can keep a leash on them, i.e. hire your LP, your loss prevention, to surely focus on those set 10 items, 5 items, whatever it may be. But I don't know what the hell they're doing. And if it's at that level, 1.1 billion, they need to fire whoever it is in charge, and they need to hire me. That's it. I don't care, because I could stop the whole shit right now. We could stop this right now. But that's just it for me. But I'm done with that. I have to read the chat, brother. We're so far behind.
Pull up my phone too.
Yeah, it says here, Marantz, can you please remind everyone to vote for the board of recommendations? Well, you could vote, or a non-vote is a vote for yes. I'm just letting you know. Anybody can vote. Go ahead and look in your emails. It's there. The proxy. It won't matter, really. I think it's a landslide as far as the board of recommendations, what's going to happen. They hold enough shares to make the vote, and there's nothing bad going on here at this company. There's no misleading text or tweets or nonsense. It might be happening to other companies that think that we're talking to them. You know, I've had to battle for the last 6 months, Bed Bath & Beyond investors, to the point where someone said, and I made a funny video yesterday. I found it very funny. And I was just like, wow, I can't hear you. Can I hear you? Oh, no, that's something else. No, never mind. I'm looking at an old picture of you. You're good. You weren't talking. I'm looking at the feed and mute from I'm a couple minutes behind on another picture that I'm looking at. And you're like this talking, but you can't hear it because it's on mute. It's funny. Don't worry about me. Anyway, my point was, I was doing like, jokers to the left, clowns to the right. Here I am, stuck in BBBYQ. And it was a song, right? And don't ask me why I close my eyes when I do it. But I was like, and I'm jamming out to the song. We're having a good time and everything. And some guy writes me, and you wonder why people show up at your work. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You don't get it. You just don't get it. Here's what I want. I'm taking a victory lap, and some people are like, yo, Marantz, stop that, man. That's not cool. You know, people lost a lot of money, and you shouldn't gloat, or you shouldn't do that. I'm like, I'm not doing it that way. I'm just letting you know. All those failed superheroes that you guys keep watching on YouTube, they are wrong. They're very wrong. And I can show you about 30 YouTubers that got this all wrong. AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, and any other meme stock. GNS, under $1 today, 80-something cents. Okay? And I told you what that was. We can go down the list. Yep. Mullins. Oh, I don't know if you've seen that video.
I've seen you start talking about them a bit.
Oh, bro, Mullins is the worst. Stay out of Mullen Automotive, please. That's just my opinion. If you want to do it, man, it's on you. I'll stay out. Yeah, no, I just don't. I don't want a part of it. And then I had one more. Kohl's I'm not touching, and Carvana. Oh shit! I haven't seen something so bad as Carvana in my whole life. I think Carvana's the worst one out of all of them because there's no way out of it.
Yeah, weren't they buying a ton of cars? Like I remember people saying, like when the pandemic kind of started, everyone was like, "Oh, go sell your car on Carvana. They give you an insane amount." I was like, "What?"
They do, because you know what the markup is for their cars? $4,400. So you're better off buying a brand new car. You're just better off buying. And, and there's just no way to justify the profit margin they're making versus others, the competition. It just means that you're gouging. You're gouging your customers. So once people catch wind of that, they won't buy. They won't shop. But they're making $4,400 a car. And the opposite, right? If you're CarMax or anyone else, they make up around $2,400 a car. So your $2,000 markup basically for the same set vehicles. And that's on average. I went ahead and started looking around and started doing my homework on all that. And I broke down the balance sheet on one of the videos I did. But it's that bad. Apollo and PIMCO own over 90% of the bonds. And somebody says, well, that's just what that's a good thing. That means they don't want the bonds to fail. They want to get paid out back on the. I'm like, you don't understand. But when the bondholders hold the influence, the leverage, they literally they won't let you restructure the debt. They won't let you out of it because when you file for bankruptcy, that classification gets paid off first. So they don't lose a single damn dollar. You have to file for bankruptcy. They're getting their money first. Go look at Bed Bath & Beyond right now and how they have to pay out the structure. I've learned a lot about bankruptcies just watching these companies. And I think every investor should know about bankruptcies because then you're going to know what you're looking at and you know what's coming. And that's just it. That's just what's been happening. So I don't know if you've been watching my Connecting the Dots. That's why. So
here and there, I do have to get caught up. I do admit that I do have to get caught up.
You just you know you can't even catch up on your own stream, and then you can't catch up on Connecting the Dots. I mean, what kind of you know? I don't have any room for these fake fans, bro. I don't know where the hell they're at. No,
I'm a definition fake fan right here.
But I love you, bro. It doesn't matter.
I love you too, man. Really, thank you so much. You're really so great, and I really think could genuinely say I don't want to speak on behalf of people or anything, but there are so many people who have learned so much from watching your streams. I really believe that.
I appreciate that. I do, because I get the complete opposite. It's written to me daily on hate notes, right? Oh, you idiot! Yeah, we tell we rock it, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
but they're all squeezed. Don't worry.
No, they all run together. What are you talking about? GameStop's only up.
But they all move the same.
They all move the same, right? GameStop's only up $6.50 in the past, I don't know, 13 days, and AMC's down and everything else is down. DRS, buy, shop, and reset. That's the history. Cool. Picked up a sweet NFT on the marketplace today. Show some love to the creators and the best company out there. You know what, Scott? I hear you. I haven't been to the marketplace in about a week. I need to be there more often. I used to be there every day. But, it was Twitter rubbed me the wrong way. I was ready to battle Twitter. I was watching the Tesla earnings call, listening about Tesla. I don't know if you guys pay attention to Tesla at all. It looks like Tesla has two things going for them right now. One, the truck. The Tesla truck, it appears it's going to be out and about by the end of this year in mass amounts. It is mass produced, and it is easy because it's only one piece of metal from what they're showing me. It's not like trucks, the traditional truck that takes two pieces, and they were trying to explain it to me, and I was watching it. I'm just like, okay. It's ugly as all shit. And if people want to drive this damn thing that looks like it belongs in in Halo, and that's cool. I don't mind, but I'm not buying it. But apparently some people are going to buy it. But the other aspect that they talked about in the earnings call and even in the Q&A part, where people were talking about after the fact. I was watching other people's reaction to it. They were talking about how Tesla has the potential to take over for Uber and do a complete pilot program of cabs. Have a taxi service. and they're just going to do it themselves. And I was like, is this driverless or what the hell are they doing? But by 2025, they'll start tapping into the transportation.
The ride share, right? Like,
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. I'll pass on that. I don't need a driverless car. I like to talk to someone who's driving, and I want to know that they're, in control.
yeah, it's crazy. All these like automated like driving things, and I feel like Elon's been saying this for a while. Like, oh yeah, like 100% automated driving is just around the corner. So like, I kind of also feel like they're like, oh yeah, it's coming in a couple of years, but like, it might be something that actually happens like 10 years from now. And then even when it does, it's kind of like just people pulling up. Like, there's nobody pulling up. It's just the car pulling up. And then what's it going to be like? Oh, I'm at home. Let's say I have a Tesla. Can I just like send it out to go make me money? Like, that'd be pretty.
I don't even know how it works.
Like, yeah.
and you're gonna get in it and do what exactly? Like, I don't know. I thought I saw a Tesla hit somebody, a driverless Tesla hit someone, and he did a hit and run. I was like, what the hell? They had it on video. I watched it like on
What
TikTok.
a world, yeah. And then I started thinking too. I'm like, a lot of, I don't want to get like tinfoil hat or anything, but there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this world. And like, who say cars can't be hacked one day, right? Like, that's just very alarming. Like, you're in the car and it's like, somebody takes over. Like, that's just scary. Like,
well, my boy Stacks here, he's talking that nonsense, and he's calling out no legs AD, about to have 14 points game 2. LeBron about to start crying about the altitude. Man, the Lakers are undefeated at home, so spare me with that bullshit, Stacks. We'll see how it works out. But other than that, anybody check on Suit lately? Is he okay? Scott Poland, we have not checked on Suit. He was in the Discord today earlier. Suit is an investor. He's part of the channel. He's part of the vibe. He hangs out here. Suit and a group of guys, we call them the Theta Gang, they started writing covered calls and buying puts on GameStop and announcing it to the crowd. And they've managed to influence a couple of people along the way. And we've had these interventions in Discord at night. There's like 15 of us in there. And we're trying to give out the information the best way we can. And I'm going to show you guys. I know we have Tetron on the screen. I know Monty's in here. Monty, how you doing, sir? Just give me 1 second. As we look at this chart.
Waymo, by the way.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, I actually know quite a lot about this.
What was that?
The auto car industry, I'm actually pretty well in tune in it because
okay,
I'm,
cool.
I'm into technologies.
So if you saw GameStop had a downtrend, okay, all the way through till they bounced off at $18. Everyone that is part of the Theta Gang, that's what we call them, literally said GameStop's going down to $17.50. And we had a bet. We said, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And I said, it's going up. I was like, this is crazy. Everyone said it's going up. Everybody's in there. It's not going to happen. It's going up. This is the bottom. It's not the bottom. It's going lower. I know what I'm talking about. So what they start doing, they start writing covered calls, brother. And like anyone who writes covered calls on GameStop, you deserve to get burned. And it's one of those things, man, where I tell you the girl has an STD and you say, I don't care, bro, she's cute. You're going to find out the hard way. And I love the guys. We have nothing but love for them. What we did was we sat down and we just said, hey, this is what's going on. So whenever you see reference to the Theta Gang, that's XBit, that's all of them. But XBit's actually a smart dude. XBit goes, hey, man, you don't write covered calls into an uptrend. He's like, what the hell are you doing? But you definitely, and I'd go one step further than that. I would tell you don't write covered calls below your cost average. When your stock is below your cost average, if they get assigned at 22, 23, 24, and your cost average is 35, you're trying to make up for losses that don't exist. You know, I'm going to tell you something, guys. Let's just say you have a position and it's $50,000. Just giving you the example. You put in 50 and it's down to 30 right now because you've lost half your position. And you bought in at $40 a share. It's at $20 a share. And you only have around 25,000 left. And you're like, I need to make up that other 25. My mentality is a little different than yours. My mentality would not be to make up that 25 I'm going to put to risk what I've already invested in. I could, one, go to another stock, buy 100 shares of that trash, whatever it is, and write it there and start making back my premiums off of other positions that I don't believe in more so than I do believe in what GameStop is. That's the first thing. Second thing, I would accumulate more. I would accumulate more GameStop to lower my cost average to where, yeah, I'm putting in more, but it's something that I believe in. If you don't believe in it, what the hell are you writing covered calls for? Like, or if you do believe in it, if you believe in a MOAS, you believe in a squeeze, you believe in something that it could go up instantly at any time. And this is just letting you know, no volume, no news, no catalyst, and yet we move up $6. You better watch yourself, because you could lose it all, and you could lose the chance of what's happening here and what it has been. So I'm just letting people know my mentality on it and why I don't touch it that way. I have plenty of shares to write my own covered calls. I would never. Matter of fact, I'm not supposed to say that. I only have 50 shares, bros. I can't even write a covered call. That's what I'm supposed to say, because these guys actually are out there tracking how many shares I got. But Monty is here. Monty, what's going on, brother?
Hey, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, Monty's a Canadian. I just want to always say that.
yes, a very good representing Canada. You know.
Yeah, there you go. He's not Rob
Not
Ford.
chill at all.
There you go. So, my man here, you said you know about these automated cars or whatever, autonomous cars.
So the next 5 years is going to be the most interesting, because remember, with the AI emergence, there's going to be a faster acceleration on growth on possibly accelerating the learning for the cars. Because right now the biggest major problem is to identify strange occurrences. So the one-off situation where you saw the child, or quote unquote the child, because there was a footage of a dummy being hit, is because it was an odd scenario, because it couldn't recognize the height of the person crossing the road. So that's what happened. So the next 5 years, we're going to have to see competition between Waymo, which is owned by Google, versus Tesla. Tesla has not even touched, or actually they have touched it, but like they haven't really like showed it publicly quite a lot compared to Waymo. You'll see San Francisco is the hub currently for Waymo services. So there is testing live about it, but the main engineer that was dealing with it, the most successful cases of auto vehicle like technology is actually in industrials, in like mining situations. So it can read, like, determine the land. Oh, this is too steep. I'm going to navigate like this. So the mining industry is actually going to be getting a boost in terms of efficiency, but you know, that's that.
Yeah, that's cool. So let's give it 5 years. So I'm also buying right now.
No, I wouldn't. I would be caution about that because of regulatory. Let's see how it's going to be regulated, right? Because we don't know, because this is a very heavy regulated industry. So with that in mind, it is good to go into Google, actually, because they are invested in Waymo versus Tesla. Because Tesla still has to prove themselves if they can actually use that data. Because right now they're actually stealing engineers from other places, including ChatGPT's engineer. They actually stole one of them when Elon actually was in that company for 5 years ago, promising $1 billion.
Right.
He didn't deliver, and he took the engineer with him. And ChatGPT was pretty angry about it. So that guy is working over there now. But now Elon's like, nope, everyone stop, because it benefits for him if everything stops, because he can work on his AI. So that's why there's a huge jump and push with AI technology of stopping.
I think everyone's fighting that AI trend right now. Everyone's trying to get there.
So I'm in the seat of pro continued development, because if you're not going to develop it, someone else will. I think it is a very dangerous slope, but also you have to regulate it for disinformation with the whole.
Yeah, but you're going to regulate it here, but China's not regulating, man. My opinion.
Yep, they're not really regulated at all. Like, you can play like so many WoW clones.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up watching a damn video thinking it's someone's, it's AOC trying to get at me, and it's really not her. It's really some other guy from around the world.
So
here's Monty right here. Look at my Monty right here. Let me put Monty up in here. How you doing, Monty?
Nice to meet you, Monty. I'm Tetron. I'm sure you know that.
I sub, by the way. So yeah, I sub, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, that's all that matters right there.
So that's what's happening with the whole AI scene in general, because I'm in tune with that, because I'm in the industrials automation kind of industry, because we do automations for generic prescription drugs and stuff like that. So we do those kind of projects, and we just recently got into repetitive machines like packaging and stuff like that. So
I remember you telling me that's why you invest in certain companies in that field.
Yeah. So Google, that's why this Google year to date, as of today, is like 30-40% up, because all the good things are happening. Because if you were investing Google a year ago, it was, in my opinion, the best time to buy Google then. Even now, I would say still good because compared to the 5-year trajectory, they're down technically by 20%. So their fundamentals are actually catching up to the price now. So actually, they're actually fair price right now. If anyone's interested in Google,
yeah, and then you can project out from there because that's usually what we trade off of.
So
we trade off
I would actually consider recalculating if anyone does DCF or dollar cost.
Dollar cost average,
yeah. So when if that's like the best way to find what is your price target, and that's what I invest. That's how I invest. I do trajectories based on cash flow to see how they're good on operations, how much they keep it, and not spend it on crazy things. And yeah, that's how you calculate.
You ever heard my theory? I always say I evaluate companies based off what they don't do versus what they do.
Yes.
Okay, so
there's that. Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
I'm like hardcore books.
Right. Well, I know you are, but the other part about that is like when you look at companies that are making the most noise, those are the weakest, right? And the ones that are the quietest those are the strongest companies.
Yeah. For example, when you listen to Apple calls, they always complain about like, oh, we're down in this area, and in reality, they're doing fine, but they're like, but they can't, publicly say, we're actually a monopoly, but we're not doing fine because we're competing with these guys, XYZ reasons,
Yeah, that's a great point.
I think you need to understand, like when you're watching technology CEOs, they always do this. They always do this routine of saying, oh, we're down on these areas, we're down in these areas, when they don't talk about when they're monopolizing, where they're profitable actually. Like for example, Microsoft, the CEO, Masterclass, always speaks very, very well, eloquently in his calls. So I'm also invested in Microsoft as well. So.
Well, there you go. Don't be such a homer next time, Monty. Okay. I just want to tell you, just if you guys don't know, Monty got to the channel. He got here from his brother. His brother's the smart one. Okay. His brother's the one who said, "Hey, you need to watch Marantz. This guy's on it." So, but shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate all the support across the world, even in Canada, anywhere, man. Wherever we can get this information. GameStop, elitist exist multiple places. Now, I wouldn't call you an elitist because in my mind, I think you're just in it to get the cash and run. But I mean, I don't hate you for it. But you evaluate it, you reevaluate, and I know that's a play. Just basically, if you're following certain stock gurus out there, and I've told you this before about Peter Lynch, where he says reevaluate the story. And it's been 2 years now that I've been live on YouTube. Today like I said, today is the 2-year anniversary of my first live stream. And, Tetron, I'm going to tell you, man, when you get there, not if, but when you get there to your 2-year mark, you'll remember what you first said. You'll rerun it back. You'll evaluate the story. And if it still holds water, it still holds where you want to be, then maybe you should just keep doing what you're doing, man. So that's the way I do it. But this young man here, Monty, is a student of that. We've had the pleasure of talking about 4 times now in the Discord. And like I said, this Discord is free. It's free to come into. It's in the description of the video. And it's a good time, guys. It really is. So, Monty, I got you. Anything you want to say on your way out? Because I got to get Lazo in here.
Yeah. Also, Best Buy. I also have done deep research on it. They are... Yeah.
I'll fight you right now.
Oh, wait. Lazo left?
Lazo left. Yeah.
But I actually, unironically, when you mentioned Best Buy, Target, I actually was researching those. Like you said, when I reevaluate, I look at the entire industry, not just hyper focus on one balance sheet. Because like Warren Buffett says, he rather buys multiple of the same competitors in the same industry and then start, losing, walking away from ones that are weaker than others, right? So in this case, even though I sounded like, oh, I'm just here for the play, the story is also very good for GameStop because if it becomes the go-to brand, the brand value has now gone higher. Like at this point, I might reconsider like this might be a holding for life because if the brand value is that strong for the rest of its entire lifetime, then also being more lean into their business, then there's no need to sell it at that point. It'd be like the equivalent of my Costco position, right? I will never sell that because I don't need to.
Hey, Same thing with my
Apple. Right. Well, Apple technically for me, I have a 10-year trajectory currently, so and we'll have to reevaluate it in 10 years. But I know Costco, I don't have to. Canadian Pacific, I don't have to. GameStop is on that benchmark. If it hits that brand value that brings to the customer, like for example, Nike's, everyone was willing to pay Nike to like the moon, regardless of their sneakers. If GameStop can do that same level of phantasm, then I might not even need to sell it at all because it's a lifetime. So I'll just I'll collect my dividends. I love doing it. So
Yeah, I just pass it on to my youth and let them figure it out for me because it's exactly where I want to be. And I love gaming. I know what it is. And I know when Zelda came out the other night, there was the only thing they were looking for, right? They're just looking for us. So like I said, once again, Monty, thank you so much for chiming in. You don't have to leave, but I'm going to bring up Fluky. Okay, so
I actually have 2 cents on Best Buy, by the way. Their balance sheet for 2022 is actually very misleading because they did a lot of buybacks in that year. Just letting you know.
I'm familiar with it. Yeah, I'm familiar with the buyback.
They're playing the financial gap game. So you do see it because you're in that field, but just letting you know, everyone know. Yeah, I know something.
I'm gonna break it down. I'll go look at it. I'll see what I see. Right now, I see that they have 978 stores. I think we've talked about that portion of it. 160 overseas, and I'll go from there. I'm gonna go look at these board of directors. I'm gonna figure out what it is. I don't tell everybody this, but I have a very close family member who works there, so I stay true to it. I just want to know what it is, so I'm reading up on it right now. Looks like they have KPMG in there, which is good. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. They're one of the best consulting firms out there. Additionally, I don't see anything too bad, off the jump. Because I would recognize the names, right? Like it's just, I've been studying private equity for so long, these last 5 months, and Hudson Bay Company, I can live with that. Floor and Decor, ooh, this lady I have to look at. Not really, she's okay. More KPMG, so they actually have a good leadership team. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it's just a dying business model. That's their issue right now.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I'll have to do more homework into it. I'll look at it. I'll see what they have, and I'll get back to you on my assessment of it. But I have it up there because they are competition for GameStop in a way, but they're not. Just so that we're all clear for everybody out there, they are not going to be in competition as far as gaming goes, in my mind, because no one is going to Best Buy or out of their way to buy a video game. Not when you have GameStop open 24/7 online and the stores are open at better hours than Best Buy. That means a lot to gamers. To get it at midnight, to get it at 10 o'clock, you can get it at any hour of the night. It's just not ideal for some people. So, and they don't have nearly the selection. Holy shit, they look like trash in there. But I'm going to go bring up Floki at this time. Thank you so much, Monty. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for participating tonight. I really appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yep, thank you.
Floki, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. You're on with Tetron and Marantz. How you been, brother?
Hey, Marantz. Hey, Tetron. I'm good.
Hello.
I was just listening. I just got off work and just wanted to say thanks for all that you guys do and talking about GME.
I really appreciate that. I appreciate that. I know Tetron's been around for quite a bit now, and he's getting a following. He's getting people to listen. His brain ideas where he's coming off of the top of with his stuff. So I listen to it because I want to hear somebody else's viewpoint. And it's so hard to find GameStop YouTubers. It's a very niche community.
Yeah.
And my sister corrected me on that. She said, it's niche, whatever. But go ahead.
It's good to find that there's two out there that are level-headed and actually looking at the facts and not just going off the walls. So I appreciate you too.
Well, don't watch my old streams because I watched them.
I've been with you since the beginning. Don't worry.
Well, I know that, Floki, but I'm saying, man, I put together a playlist. I'm doing it month by month for all the live streams that I've done. So, because people want to watch the old stuff. So I said, okay, let me make it easy. Let me put all of July, all of June, all of May. And as I put them together, I'm listening to them. And holy shit, I was terrible. Oh, you want no part of it. You just don't. But let me ask you a different question, Floki, now that I have you here. How'd you find GameStop?
Actually, my friend who lives in California still, I'm from the Bay Area. He was the one that hit me up and I work over here at Walmart headquarters in Arkansas. And he's like, hey, have you heard about this GameStop issue? And I was like, no, I haven't. I don't know. I didn't have any stock at that time besides Walmart stock coming in from work. And he just let me know about the situation. And I started looking into it and I hopped on board with it 100%.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, if
I'm still here.
Yeah, if you're ever feeling down, man, you know where to find me. I'll pick
Yep.
you back up.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Flo guy. I appreciate you. All right. Next on the call is going to be Stacks. Stacks a lot. How you doing, sir? Let's see if Jay's.
I'm good, bro. I'm just listening in.
I know
My
you are,
phone's
Jay.
dying out.
No,
It
I
was a little
appreciate
easier
you.
just to jump in.
Yeah, I appreciate
But,
you as always.
Would you think you're gonna steal one here?
Yeah, we're gonna take the home game, or we'll take one from you guys coming up one night real soon. We're talking about
Yeah,
basketball
the
here.
rest
Tetra.
might.
Oh yeah, I'm more of a hockey guy. So I know. I try and keep up with basketball, but
Yeah, no, I know you're.
What y'all gonna do on Joker, bro? He's gonna triple double every game.
Well, did you see Mark Jackson? He went out there and he didn't even put him in the top 5 for the MVP voting. He said he forgot.
That's ridiculous, bro. That's insane.
And then somebody started calling him racist. But I just don't understand. You know, this is a topic for my brother's channel. So if you guys don't know, my twin brother, identical twin brother, has his own YouTube channel. This is why I tell you we're blacklisted or shadow banned on GameStop. You talk GameStop, guys, no one's gonna show up. No one's gonna come around. This dude, and my brother, he's very good about college sports. But he already has, after a month being on YouTube, he has almost 3,000 subscribers. He gets thousands of views every video, 5,000, 10,000 views a video. It is absolutely crazy. And he can talk about anything, it doesn't matter. You talk about the Colorado Buffaloes. You talk about prime Deion Sanders, prime time, and that's an issue. So
That's right.
Stacks, let me tell you something. I just want to put this out there. My new favorite college football team is the Colorado Buffaloes, period. They have my favorite running back right now. Now I'm a USC guy, but they have my favorite running back. They just signed him yesterday. His name's Alton McCaskill IV. He's from Houston. He's an absolute animal. He looks like Eric Dickerson in his prime. The dude is the real deal. He just got signed yesterday. Please go find out about Alton McCaskill IV. He's going to be worth watching.
I'll do you one better. I'll send you some video from Buffs game.
Yeah, asshole. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. All right. Well, hey, I know you're going to lay in the cut. You're going to watch the channel. I appreciate you. He's my main man right there, Tetron. That man has watched me every day play basketball on TikTok until we play. But I'm getting in shape. Darth, you better watch out, bro. I'm getting in shape. That's all I'm telling you. I'm feeling good.
All right, bro.
Well, I'm down to 235. I'm
You're
feeling
gonna
light-footed.
need. I know, man. You get down to 200 flat, and I'll definitely be able to body you around.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll be too small, but we'll see how it goes. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, take it easy, bro.
Yes, sir. Well, back to your sexy face there, Tetron. So those are just some dudes that run through the chat. Those are some guys that hang out in the Discord. Just an example of real GameStop guys, real guys who hold it and want to talk it all out. Piers, I was just getting a message right now. It told me that Suit rolled his position, so he's not hurting so much. But he went out there and he wrote some covered calls and he got out. I don't know what the hell he's going to do. Hopefully the price comes back down so he can do great. There's a new guy named Low. Low says right here, just came across your channel. I appreciate the energy and info, sir. Well, Low, if you just got here, you missed a lot. You missed a lot over these last 2 years. I have AMC safe spaces. I have Bed Bath & Beyond safe spaces. I had a really good time defending myself and everyone else on the great investments and what to avoid, how to keep this rolling, and then how to keep buying GameStop shares while living here. Are you talking about a golden cross? Ideally, yes, when the golden cross happens, it's happening in reverse. It's not necessarily happening just yet. So the golden cross is when the 50-day crosses over the 200-day. It hasn't crossed over just yet, but I don't need to see it cross over to know that that's where we're headed because you have nowhere to go but up from here. You really can't go any lower than $15 on the stock, but the fact that all of us, and I'm talking about all of us that are out there that are not even here in this chat, that don't even know we exist, there's everyone out there still buying GameStop shares with no intention of selling. And it's not because of a short squeeze. It's because they love games, they love the company, and you can imagine what the balance sheet looks like. And that's just me. Maybe there are some people out there that only want to make money in their hedge funds and their institutional investors, but they need to show profits every year. Me, I can stay in it. I don't have to get out, but they do. Really thick, real thick. That's what she said. Thanks, dude. Killing it today. Y'all see my GME calls I posted. I did not see them, Josh Brown. I'll have to look at the Discord. Josh Brown, remember, all these guys been with me for 2 years, bro. It's a crazy feeling.
Gotcha.
You're gonna have. I'm gonna be with you. You know, I'm a day one guy for your channel. I don't know if you know.
You
that.
are. I would say so.
I was at your channel before you had 100 subs. So
Thank you.
when you make it and you get through, there's 5 gifts of membership right there, guys. Go ahead and grab them if you want. They're all gone that fast. Funny Spider. Always supporting the channel, always supporting the crew. And guys, those memberships, they get you to the members only videos. And if you guys don't know what the member only videos are, they're the behind the scenes of what I do to prepare for the channel, for the show, and some other stuff in there too. So I believe there's already 36 videos that I have over there, and you get them at crazy times of the night, during the day, like whatever I'm doing. So it's behind the scenes of what Marantz Rantz does. Myself, I hate speaking in third person. That's not how we do it. But shout out to Funny Spider. Thank you guys so much. Marantz, when did you first invest into GameStop? It would be February of 2021. I don't know the exact date. I just remember the price had dropped down to like 40 something dollars, and it shot all the way up to 180 in a day. Thankfully, I had it, and I had been buying it since then. I want to say like I was in and out of this stock the whole time from like February 15th, maybe before. I don't remember, and I haven't looked at because it was on Robinhood. It wasn't on my Fidelity account, and I don't have Robinhood anymore, so I really don't have. I can't go in there and see what the dates were. But I just know that when I transferred everything over, I then took the first 50 shares that I ever bought and I put them over at ComputerShare. And that's my whole position, according to the world, right? So I just tell the world that's what I have. We leave it at that, bro. But if you guys go look at the buy orders that I post in my GME channel, got a little bit. We do okay. Bro,
51 maybe,
Marantz
52.
Shirt, Josh Brown. Listen, I told somebody else I would send him a shirt the other day, and I still haven't had time to, but that somebody else is not you. Josh Brown, listen to me. You have been my man from Atlanta, Georgia, my Korean brother. I've said happy birthday to your kids, to your wife. I'm telling you right now, Josh, you are my man. You DM me, Josh. Send me the address and the size you want, and I want it for all of them. So if I got to give you smalls for the kids or mediums, whatever it is, they're all getting shirts. I'm going to send you 4 shirts. I know you have 2 kids and a wife. So send me all the sizes you guys want. It's in the mail tomorrow. I'm not bullshitting you. I'll take a picture of the package when it's sending. Everybody who's ever gotten a shirt here knows that. Josh Brown, you deserve everything. Hit me up, Josh Brown, in the DM, and I'll take care of you. Free Marantz Rantz t-shirt. If you guys don't know what the Marantz Rantz t-shirts look like, they say GameStop power to the players on the front, and on the back it says Marantz Rantz on YouTube. We had them donated to the channel. They donated 400 something shirts, almost $5,000 worth of shirts to the channel. And my crew's crazy. My crew does the research. My crew has it. They're just different, bro. They're cut from a different cloth. What do you think this Discord is? The Discord's completely free and costs me nothing, yet it's boosted 3 times and it's massive and it's there. And you guys have everything you guys will ever need in life because there are some good dudes out there that support the work that we do here. So, did I send you one, Tetron?
I didn't want to say it, but I never got one. I'm still waiting.
You ass. Here we go. I was just making sure, bro, because I don't even know if you'd rock it. You got to make your own.
What? I'll definitely wear it. No, that's the thing. I was actually going to ask you this, like, because I thought about, like, I actually have, like, I have a shirt that says Tetro. It doesn't say Tetron, but it's actually my uncle's business.
Okay.
So, like, I can't wear that one.
Right.
But I was good.
I don't sell merchandise, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just give it away. I don't sell.
Yeah, I like that mentality.
But I just give it away because, you know what? I'm not here to make money off the people. I'm here to give back as much as I can. That's why I do all these videos. So, excuse me. I didn't snort a line. I have a runny nose. My immune system's probably getting weak.
Thanks for clarifying.
Oh, yes, sir. I have to. You never know about these guys. They're trying to profile me, man.
That's true.
They'll
like clip that 1-2 second part and be like, oh, look, he's doing blow.
Oh, back in the day, man. Back in the day, I used to have a runny nose. I went to San Diego when I first started live streaming. I was live streaming in my kitchen, and then I went on vacation. I went to San Diego, and I was sneaking in stairwells, making shorts and all this stuff because I wanted to be on YouTube. I was like, oh, my God, man, GameStop. I was like doing all this shit. And my wife was like, you need to put that away. We're on vacation. I was like, yes, ma'am. But I didn't know any better, man. I was just trying to do me. And she's like, what are you trying to do over there? I go, I don't know. Tell people about GameStop. She's like, shut up. I'm like, okay. But I got really sick while I was there. Like, I didn't get really sick, but like I got a runny nose. And I know it stuck with me. And then the whole time I'm on YouTube, and there was this guy's named Boogeyman, and his name was like Boogeyman and NS. and some other guys. There was like 3 haters, and they would come in every day giving me shit about AMC and how great it is. Yeah, look at it now. Anyway, so they would
Look at them.
Nose would be running, and they'd be like, "Oh man, he's doing lines over there." I'd be like, the whole damn thing. So yeah, so DM me, you two. No, give me the size for you and your brother. Do you only need 2, or how many more do you need?
I mean, 2 should be good. Yeah.
Okay, there's nobody else.
I give one to my girlfriend. She'd wear it.
Oh, bro, there it is. There's 3 shirts.
Okay, bet. I'll send you the sizes.
Send me the sizes, bro, and the address, and it's yours. Okay, I'm not gonna send you a pack of Unibomb or anything like that. I just got a message. I can't check my DMs, bro, while I'm here. His name is Hostile Takeover. What do you want me to look at, bro? I can't go look at the DM because if I do, then I don't want to expose people's DMs. I just don't go that route. But okay, here we go. Super low, welcome, thank you. I'll pay for it. You don't have to pay, Josh Brown. It's coming. Make him join the Discord to get it, bro. Yeah, there you go. You're going to get a shirt anyway if you join the Discord, and you should. Over 2 years ago, Powerhouse, when I bought shares, I've had my shares for, well, I buy shares all the time, so, but I've been buying for over 2.5 years, essentially, yes. GME approaching this resistance indicates the whole stock market is about to go down. Lee, you weren't saying that shit a week ago. You weren't saying that 3 months ago. You were an AMC and Bed Bath & Beyond groupie from what I can remember. So, and I have a really good recall. So you tell me, Lee, what changed in your panties there? You let me know. Yo, finding the men's perfume from Madison Francis. Who the hell, Paris? I got the sample. It was females, was the male version. Josh Brown, I don't know about perfume, bro. That's not my thing. But I did drive by a Kohl's today. And when I drove by, it had the whole Sephora on the outside. I said, man, you see all that cap expense they just spent on that? Over $600 million on cap expense at Kohl's just to recosmetic the outside of their buildings to say Sephora's in-house. Did you read the fine print on Kohl's? I did. I see Antrade's definitely doxing rants. I don't like that. The Real Tech Geek, yeah, he tried to be funny with this video. A lot of people were put off by it. You know, putting a picture of me sweeping the floor while I'm at work. You can dox, you guys can say whatever you want. You know, I'm going to deal with it anyway. I don't care. It doesn't affect my day and how I do my job. But I will tell you this, I'm more correct sweeping floors than he is with his failed TA. So,
I can't believe he's still on YouTube. I didn't even know, honestly.
140, bro. I'm in the Discord under the name Sexy Beast. Josh Brown, you are a Sexy Beast. Yeah, I don't know how he's still on YouTube. He said it was going to be 140, and I don't think he meant $1.40, but it's halfway there.
It's so weird, right? Like, there's always a guy like that just every once in a while out of the woodwork. Like, I got this crazy TA. Like,
yeah. Or
it's like, whether it's him or PP Clown or whoever, it's like,
PP, did you say PP
I
Clown?
got what is it?
PP Clown, huh? That's a good name.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? I literally just commented on one of his videos. I was like, Marantz lives in your head rent free. I think when he went on his live stream, and then he just blocked me on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I got something else, bro. He's I don't even care though. Those guys.
And he's just like with his. Sorry, I probably just totally destroyed your ears, but that's how he always. He's like, yeah, bro. Like,
yeah, bro, are you some rookie YouTuber just blasting in my speakers, bro? Like, what the hell? Oh my goodness, get this rookie out of here. No, yeah, I don't worry about those guys. They lost all their money. They're broke, and they gotta lift themselves. And their girlfriends probably hate them, and they're probably like, "Why am I buying for it and paying for everything?" And I was young and dumb in my 20s as well, so everyone was busy.
But also, I'm young and dumb in my 20s, and I'm not buying Bed Bath. So.
You're not young and dumb, Tetron. You're buying GameStop.
Thank you.
You're doing with every penny you have. You're okay. Everyone's busy at GameStop buying Zelda. No time for movies. Yes, DRS. Yes. Have a great night, everyone. We love you, Marantz. Okay, thanks, man. Another thing, you can look at the charts using moon cycles and numerology and Mercury retrograde. Bro, let me tell you something. I don't read the tea leaves. I don't believe in astrology. And anyone who ever wants to tell me their astrological sign or whatever the hell what sign are you? Get that shit out of here. I had this girl walk up to me and say, what are you? I said, I'm a Scorpio. And she said, oh, you're not compatible with water. And I said, what the hell does that mean? What does that mean? I drink the shit. And she's like, yeah,
Zach.
I've been with my wife.
You gotta say hello to Marantz.
Yeah, I've been. Oh, who's that?
Oh, it's my brother. Look who's popping in.
Oh, bring him over. Bring him over.
Yo,
hey,
what's
up,
good, Marantz?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Oh, you
man.
can't hear, but
No,
He
it's
goes
okay.
himself.
He's
You
my
can't
man.
hear me.
no, you can't. Marantz can't hear you.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
you can't hear Marantz.
Unless you
I'm
guys
stupid.
kiss
Goes
and
himself,
talk on the
right?
same mic, I'm not gonna be able to hear him.
I don't know about that, but
No, but I got a shirt coming his way. I didn't know he's a diehard redhead, dude. Man,
yeah, no, his hair's pretty red.
that guy's real, bro. All right. No, this guy's talking about the water. It doesn't work. Yeah, hey, your brother's a good-looking dude, man.
He's a stud. What can I say?
Yeah, he
Runs in
probably
the
just sells
family.
a girl. No, I wouldn't. Don't go that far, bro. Don't self-gloss here, bro. That's like me. Like, hey, me and my brother, we're good-looking guys, man. Nah, that guy's ugly. I know. It kills people. I call my brother ugly. It kills people. They're, what? You guys are twins. Don't do that. Yeah. You know what?
Actually,
I'm going to judge you right now. Okay, we're going to take this conversation a whole different way right now.
let's
Now,
do it.
all you guys who are on YouTube for the GameStop talk, just chill for a second. I got to talk to Tetron. Now, Ted, I'm going to ask you this. When
Bro.
you go to a restaurant with your girl, right? Do you guys sit like adjacent to each other, like looking at each other in the booth, or do you sit on the same side with her?
I sit like if it's like a 4-person thing, like we
just
do
you
like
and her.
diagonal.
Just you.
Oh,
and
if it's
her?
just us,
Yeah.
then we do like a cross.
Okay, so you guys are sitting in front of each other, right? Brother, let me
Yeah.
tell you how weak we were growing up. We used to do the whole, oh, you know what? I'm gonna fix the game right here, and we used to scoot in next to the girl and be like, yeah, I'll sit next to you, babe. It's the weakest move ever, guys. Don't do the shit thinking you're romantic or you're the man. Just sit on the other side. Set the boundaries now in life. Let them know they're on that side. I'm on this side. I'm gonna stare you dead in the eyes. I don't need to be rubbing on your leg underneath the table. Oh God, are you waiting on 2 more? No, it's just us. What kind of shit is that? I saw it happen the other day. That's why I bring it up. I was like, man, I used to do that shit. But I'm so happy I don't have to date anymore, man. Let me tell you who has to date. My twin brother's still dating, and oh man, he goes out there. You know, he actually set up 2 dates at the same restaurant, 3 hours apart. His first date almost ran into the second one. He got rid of
That's
that
very
girl.
ballsy.
No, he doesn't care. He doesn't care one bit, bro. They could show up at the same time. He wouldn't care. He'd be like, hey, I'm gonna take her on a date and then you, because that's the way he is, right? And then he was like, hey man, she was kind of big, and I was like, well, what does that mean? I don't care really, but I'm just saying she was kind of big. That's the kind of shit I got to deal with, man. So I don't want people to confuse me and him. He's got all the tattoos. I don't. Working the night job, guys. Cheers to everyone. Thanks for this stream. Dex, you're welcome. And the night shift, man, is that in the UK? I can't remember where you're at. It's pretty tough. Ant Trades Docs Marantz, he tried. Or he did, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, but yeah, badass trade. He put my picture up there, where I work, what I do, everything, as his screensaver on his channel. And he showed it to everybody over and over and over. Haven't watched it in a while. There's nothing to watch, bro. He's absolutely wrong.
Exactly.
Let's see what happens when we test 27 again. Darth, can I just get to 2350? Can I get there first before we start talking about testing 27? Holy shit, brother. Damn. Good evening to everyone. Linda Real is here. I'm so happy. Jesus Christ. Okay, uptrend. Glad this topic could provide some content for you. Oh, Suit's mad that I was talking about. He'll be all right, man. He's not mad, but he's just my guy. I love the kid. I don't not like him, so it's going good. Suit, I transferred 444 shares to Fidelity for you. I don't know what that means, but okay. Marant's about to get GME branded step ladder. Yeah, I mean, I could. I've always wanted to get a tattoo, GameStop, GME, and Marantz. It's all 3 things on me. But my wife,
That would be sick.
my wife will kill me because I've known my wife 16 years. My wife, she has her tattoos of like the kids' names, things like that, in case she forgets their names, I guess. But
My uncle has that too.
well, like my brother Rico has his son's name on his arm. It's Rico. So it's like, did you forget your name? He's like, no, I got it on my arm. It's right here. But like for me, I don't really have anything on me. And my wife has always wanted to get matching tattoos or something. And I said, baby, let's get GameStop tattoos. And she said,
nah.
oh, she served me with divorce papers, bro. She's like, here, get out of my face. And I was like, okay, whatever. So,
Wait, so you have no tattoos at all?
I have one. It's on my arm. It's over here. It's way up here. It was my high school sweetheart's name. There's a whole story behind this. I don't know if I've told it on the stream before. I'm pretty sure I have. People know about it. I was in basic training at AIT with my buddy. We were going to be deployed overseas, so we went home for Christmas. And when we went home for Christmas, he's from San Diego, I'm from here. His name was Matthew Sipe. And shout out to Matthew Sipe. Still looking for that dude. That dude was my battle buddy, bro. We were the best ever. It's about from Mets all the way through. And so I go, he's 28 years old. I was 18 years old. There's a big difference. We're 10 years apart. But I was like, yo, bro, I'm going to go home. I'm going to get my girl's name tattooed on my arm with an infinity symbol underneath it because we're about to go to war. Because the whole thing is 9/11 had happened, and we know we're getting deployed. We know it's the real deal. And he's like, all right, bro, yeah, let's do that. So we go home separately. And I go and I get it tattooed. And as I get it tattooed, the tattoo artist is like, hey, man, check out this book. These are all the cover-ups I've ever done. And it was the biggest book in the world, right? He's like, my point is, when you get a name tattooed on you, just know we're going to have to cover it up one day because it's not going to work out. Like, it's just not. It was the chance of this relationship working or none. And I was like, F you, buddy. I'm marrying this chick. Yeah. This is the way it's going. And I had been with her for like 2 years, 3 years, right, at the time. And I go back to the airport. We fly back in after Christmas is over, everything. I see him at the airport. Yo, what's up, Sipe? What's going on, baby? Check it out. Boom. Says her name with the infinity symbol underneath it. I go, what's up? Where's yours? And he goes, oh, bro, about that. I'm like, what? He didn't do it. Only I did it. So there I was the idiot. And so I had it, whatever. Got to Korea. We had to go to Second ID. Second ID was the closest theater to Afghanistan at the time. So they were prepping, loading up. They ended up deploying out in 2004. So I'm there 2002, 3, and 4. And before I get back to the States, go back to Third ID. So I'm Second ID. Who cares? Second Infantry Division. And as I get there, I was there for 3 days. And I called my girlfriend and I broke up with her on my third day. I fell in love with someone. I was in my teens, bro, and I met this girl from Indiana, and I was like, "Yo, man, this girl is just amazing." It's because I had never been anywhere. I had never traveled before. I hadn't been exposed to the world, and this was true exposure, and knowing that people come from all walks of life and it can happen. So I would tell anyone who's in love right now in the younger ages, do not travel. Do not go see the rest of the world because it's amazing out there. There are great things out there. Don't do it. Wait till you get locked in. And anyway, man, met that girl, dated that girl for 2 years almost, and then further on.
That was it.
Yeah, well, I worked it out. Ended up meeting my wife, and I met my wife at 24. I mean, I don't know who meets their wife at a young age like that, but I did it at 24. How old are you now, Tetron?
I'm 22, about to turn 23 next month.
Bro, and you're loaded with GameStop, so you're okay. And I say loaded because you have more than 50 shares, hopefully. If not, we'll get you there.
Allegedly.
Yeah, there you go. Allegedly.
Yes.
So you know the way I work. And but think about it, man. I've made all the mistakes kids are making these days. And I'm a living testament. Hey, do not do this, don't do that. Y'all can't hook up with Martha Stewart. All right? You can 80 still looking the part. So I'm just telling you guys, good luck out there. It was the tattoo story. There you go. But anyway, back to the stocks. And then, you got any tattoos on you, young man?
No, I don't. I've thought about getting one. What is it?
I said shocker. You look like you're tatted up, bro. No.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, look, I got all tats here, so no. No. But it is funny you said about like the traveling thing, because actually, prior to last year, around this time, actually, I went on a plane ride. I went to Florida with my girlfriend, and it was both our first time ever going on a plane, which is like pretty nuts.
No, that's
because it's like
first time I went on a plane, I was I want to say I was 18. Yeah, I went to Mexico before I went to. No, I was 17. Went to Mexico before I went to the military. Yeah, that sounds original. So what did you guys do in Florida?
So my grandpa does like the snowbirding thing where he'll go there like 4 months a year, basically, and has a place. So we stayed half the time with him, and the other half, like, we just kind of hung out by the beach. It was just a nice vibe. That's
awesome. It's awesome. It sounds like some rich, snooty stuff to do. Us out here, we work in the summer. Tell Grandpa he needs to get a life. Him and his Pepsi shares. I heard your story.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry.
I really do.
No, I was watching the show. I was listening.
Yeah. I don't think I said it on this stream, or maybe I did, but I really have to get him on because he actually worked on Wall Street straight out of high school up until he retired. Like, he got hired to do, just like when you hear the stories about like the guys getting hired out of high school to like just run back and forth, like bringing the trades from like the desk to the broker or whatever, like when it was all just paper. He was hired for that, like straight out of high school, and basically his dad knew somebody there, so like I guess my great grandpa like set him up pretty good, and then he just kind of stayed and just kept working his way up, and then he wound up like retiring in like early 2000s. So I really want to have him on to be like, what was it like back then, like stuff like that. So I'm trying to plan that soon.
That's cool. Yeah, you talk to him out, talk it out, because I listened to the story said by Oliver's Papa. I don't know if you ever watch his YouTube channel.
Yes, I'm subbed. Yeah, everyone subscribe to Oliver's Papa.
Oliver's Papa's the real deal. So he used to work right there in the pits and things like that. So same thing. They have a lot of insight on what used to happen versus what's happening now, but it's all great. Get on the voice chat. There we go. Still love paintball. They want me to do paintball with my son. I'm reading the chat. I'm trying to catch us up the whole time. So
you're good. Yeah,
you can carry any conversation if you want. Give your 2 bits on GameStop in this run right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are. I was kind of like, I don't know if you heard what I said like before a little bit. Like, it seems like the market's starting to price in. Like, of course, what the stock is trading at, and like what the company's actually worth, obviously is not always gonna be like perfectly correlated. But it seems like that earnings that we just had for Q4 really kind of started to show like, oh, like there is actually a shift going on here. Like if you look at the top line, it was still flat, but the bottom line is like a $200 million swing. So I think just more consecutive quarters of that, and like with the upcoming quarter coming up to be reported, not necessarily right away, I feel like it's just generally the market kind of be like, okay, like, wait a minute. This isn't just some company that's just going to burn cash endlessly. Whereas like, that's like the perception. And I feel like the perception kind of like prices in, if that makes sense. So I really feel like it's more about like, it's kind of found a bottom. I know you've been saying that a little bit too. It seems like it's kind of like a shift going on, and like, oh, like this is what these GameStop guys have been talking about this whole time. Like it almost seems like people are starting to kind of wake up to it, but like still early, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. So somebody just said right here, by the way, I think it's the bottom, right? I always feel it's the bottom until it's not. And then, whatever, I'll still buy it. I let it come down lower. I don't care. I buy it. First, really quick, shout out to Chad Clifford. He's in the chat. Went ahead and sponsored 10 memberships to the channel, guys. Those were free.
Nice.
Thank you, Chad, for the support, man. Appreciate you and anyone else just like you. You know the way this works for the channel. Somebody came up with this idea, Topgolf. You know what? I've always wanted to do it. I'm injured right now, though. My arm hurts. But my son, I don't know if he'd really like that. I think he'd like the go-karts, and I think he'd like the skydiving, the indoor skydiving. I think that would be cool. And even they have these jump centers here. I don't know. I got to figure it out. It's just something I probably want to work in something where I'm doing something physical so that I can get a workout while I'm doing it. Like we did laser tag back in the day, man. I'm telling you, my laser tag team, we're undefeated. We'll put it that way.
Nice.
We'd go into laser tag. I'd have all my kids with me and other people, and I would tell them now, like right even before it started, my pep talk with my laser tag team was something different, bro. I treated it like the army. I was like, listen up, guys. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go this route. I want guns forward. I want everybody looking. I want suppressive fire on this backside. You're just there to confuse them. We're going to come around. We're going to loop around. And I was so real, and I'm yelling out while I'm running through the course. And the guys who are like the referees of the laser tag, he's like, after we won, and I'm in full sweat, whatever, he goes, I've never seen anyone tactfully move like that. And I was like, yeah, bro, we're real. And then because
you're like, yeah, that's right.
Well, my son was listening to my son, this is my oldest son. He was listening to every call, every command. And I'm like, all right, listen up, son. We're going to run up that. We're going to go full speed. I don't care. Do not stay level-headed. When you run through, we're crouching down. We're lower than what the line of sight is because they could look through these cubby holes and all this shit. I was like, you're going to run through, but you're going to duck down, and we're going to kill this extra stuff. Man, I had everything, bro. I had everything. But the thing is, it wasn't fair because we practiced 2 days before the birthday event. My son and I, we bought a 24-hour pass or an all-day pass there. We did it the whole day. We were just
like a little warm up,
learning the corners, learning the dark parts, learning all the hiding spots. We figured out the whole map before the birthday party when everyone else was coming. So we wanted to make sure that we were like really good. So we knew everything, all the cracks. Don't forget about the spot up top where you can reach this and do that. Yeah, I'm just a recon, bro.
Had it all down.
It was amazing. And yeah, we went
Nice.
through and we scored so high. And I don't know. That place went out of business though, man. What the hell am I gonna do? I don't know what to do.
Damn.
So someone who says here, I'm transitioning slowly. Are we talking about? I don't know what you do. You know, I don't judge either way. However you identify. So, are you talking about your shares? I don't know what they're talking about.
I would think shares, but
yeah. I'm asking Tetron, when are you gonna be funny on your show, bro? And when are you gonna start busting out with the jokes, man? No, I don't know, but you're gonna be great. Hit the like button. Somebody just said again. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
bucks.
Apprehensive. What can we do if we get Reggie Miller off the air? What can we do to get Reggie Miller off the air? Oh, he's the worst announcer in basketball. So yeah, I don't know what you can do. What, nobody likes Topgolf? I do whiskey. My daughter went. She had a really good time. I want to have a good time, but I'm not drinking and I'm not eating. So it's not good for me to go right now. Sup, fellas? Good evening, Marantz and Tetron Invest. Yes, sir. They're both here. Both
What
of
up?
us. I don't think we have one near us. Well, there you go. I don't either. We'll drive for it, though. I'll go anywhere for my boy. Gotta
Yeah,
count
I've never been to
inventory quarterly
Topgolf.
or annually, necessarily. We actually count our inventory daily, Scott Poland, in a way. We look for problematic areas and we count those items. So if something comes on the hot list, we go and count it immediately. And then we manage it from there. But they gotta have a whole team for it. They gotta have at least 2 to 3 people dedicated per building for inventory counts and go around and start counting everything. Period. And I can assure you, they're not doing that. And then you will find what you're looking for. And all it takes for Target is to have a no nonsense approach and, you know, fire the employees, have zero tolerance. And if they terminate those employees that are stealing, it will deter others. And I just feel like they're allowing it, right? What I always say, if you allow it, you promote it. So one of those things. Damn, I just scrolled through the Discord. Am I the only one that bought today? I was technically averaging up on the account, but it still felt good. Probably, bro. Yo, this is hard watch, Marantz, and Rico knows at the same time. Oh, it's hard to watch us both? Rico knows is live and I'm live. Don't tell Kai's Malej. She doesn't think I have a twin. So there you go. Mad far behind. It's okay, guys. Run it at 1.5 and you'll get there. My little account is 7.5% away from flipping green. Apprehensive slut. Is that what your name is? I don't know what your name is. That's how I read it. So I've never heard slut with an I in there. I don't know. Maybe it's a word I don't know. That's too damn much, Willie. Exactly, Stacks. It is too much. It started at 63-ish. Oh, I don't know what that means, but that's pretty awesome, though. Lazy Bones Ape Man says, "Yeah, you are." Okay, well, thank you. Got paid today. Oh, excuse me. Got paid today buying more GameStop. Have you ever burped water? I just burped water, bro. That's all I've been drinking is water. I mean, what the hell? I don't do anything else in my day. I don't.
Do you ever like drink water and then like you're just drinking it and then all of a sudden like you just like breathe for some reason and then you're like, and you're like coughing and everyone's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And it's like, my bad, I'm choking on water. Like,
I was drinking my cocktail, my shrimp cocktail with tapatio in it, and I took it down the wrong pipe today, and I about died. I was like, oh shit! Nothing bad, misleading going on with our company. How sweet that sounds. Yes, sounds great, High Rider.
indeed.
Show up where I work and go home with a few less teeth. Scott Poland. Yeah, I can't do that part. I think they know that. That's why they try to roll up. Nice, Nikki. That account of mine is over 400 shares now at like 2140-ish. Topgolf is a blast, even if you're not into golfing. K1 carts would be awesome too. I'll have to check that out. Darth 1.5 works with Marantz. I told you. Wow, you guys are smart. Show up where I work, I won't be there. I'm on the road 50 hours a week. Marantz saved my bacon.
Bro,
Yeah, what's up, bro? What's up,
I was saying you're mad far behind in the chat.
Oh, me, my bad, bro. But I just read one yours. You say Marantz saved my ass on Kohl's a few months ago. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Tesla, I'd rather have Revenant. I don't know if I'd rather have any of those. I'm just saying.
I just meant as far as like that truck goes. That's what I was saying, like that unibody bullshit. Like,
yeah.
if you want a truck, you don't want unibody. You want an isolated bed.
Yes.
Like the Honda Ridgeline had a unibody for years. It's basically a minivan. They literally just went away from unibody.
Yeah,
because they were catching so much shit for it not being a truck.
Is it
Because
just the unibody on the Honda Ridgeline? Wasn't there another one? Was it the what was the other ugly one? They're all ugly though. They're just ugly.
yeah, I mean, but as far like honestly, as far as like an electric truck goes, bro, those Rivians are pretty slick in my opinion.
I like the light.
And I'm seeing. Nah, the light is like kind of like the one thing that's a little off on it, but like everything else, like the luxury factors of it, they're pretty slick. And I'm seeing a lot more of them on the road. Those and that they got the SUV now too.
Yeah,
Saw a lot of both of them when I was out there in LA.
Yeah, I saw. Well, yeah, we have them out here like crazy. That's the difference. So, I'm trying to catch him in the chat. I just lost my spot where I was, but I'm catching up right now.
I just saw this funny thing. Someone's like, "Yo, Marantz, why you got like knockoff PP on there?" He's like, "Oh, he's built like PP."
Oh, they're talking to you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting shit talked. That's all right. I'm getting chirped a little bit. It's all good.
You know what? I've seen you stand up. Now, somebody did show me a picture of PPC standing, so we all have to be aware that he's not in a wheelchair. Listen up, folks. So now we can really make fun of him.
I also want to clarify that like my setup is trash. So like I'm on like this is my setup right now, this couch. So that's why my position is
good,
like
bro. You're good.
bad weird.
Hey, we all start somewhere. I was on a chair in the kitchen, bro. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't buy covered calls in the trash stock. Only something that I wouldn't mind owning. Well, okay. Well, there you go. I watch both of y'all keep holding it down. GME. Chris, okay, thank you, Chris. That's awesome. You watch us both. Lazy, you can't buy covered calls, bro. You can only sell them. True. You can buy calls, but not covered calls. Government won't allow autonomous driving. Elon's still scamming retail. You know, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go down. Can I have a job, Marantz? Shibman, I don't necessarily make that call. There's a 3-step process on getting hired, but you'll have to go through me for one of them. So we'll see how it goes. But you said you were fun-sized. Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks. Your job is to sit here and clap when something good is said. Okay. Snacks, my guy. These guys are just too much for me, man. Nice art. Harold Peterson, thank you so much, man. We try our best. Circle is a shape. Or are you trying to say I'm not in shape? Is that it? Thank you. I mean, I'll take all the hate talk all I want, guys. Only rants? No, it's not only rants. There's no only fans here. No. It's called it's called like Marantz's, what do we say? Members only videos or something like that. I don't know what I said. I want a Marantz beekeeper suit. Sir Moist, I don't know exactly what that means, bro. But spider equals goat. Somebody just put that here. I don't know. This ass is short AMC. They don't get it. Then when I say I'm short, I'm just saying if you were short, you'd want the ladder to walk up and down. That's it. 10 million copies of Zelda sold in 3 days. What movie can compete with that? $700 million in 3 days. DRS GME. That is phenomenal numbers, man. That is crazy. 10 million copies. I can't even. It's
nuts, yeah.
Hey, well, while we're here, let's give away this this gift card. Right? I have a $25 cash card to GameStop, and let's see how this works for my guys. I got to think of a way to give it away to you guys. Let me see. I'm debating right now. I'll keep thinking for a minute. Let me
competition of some kind or something. I don't know. I don't know what.
Frankie Big Lip says, "Just noticed you were on. Let's get it." Yeah, thank you so much, man. So happy I sold all my ape in AMC and 100% now in GameStop. Well, AJ, it sounds like you've been watching the channel. You're doing good. How realistic is $35 after this quarterly earnings? You know, Jesse, it's extremely realistic. The quarterly earnings report will be coming out in a month from now, right? 4 weeks from now. And if you see the price action that happened when we went from $16 all the way up to $27, right? I called that increase. That's $11, but it's not about the dollars. It's a percentage of increase that it is. But to see us creeping at $23, $22 right now, you can see a drastic increase. It doesn't have to be a 50% increase, but if it were a 50% increase, that would put you at around $34, $33. So just know that you're extremely close to that $35 price action if you plan on getting there. It all depends on our takeoff point. Where are we the week before earnings? I don't know where we will be, but I will tell you, we're going to have good earnings. If you guys watched the video of me breaking down the GameStop earnings report and where we plan to be, I suggest you guys watch it because I show you where they're hiding the money in the SG&A. I show you how they've been profitable previous years, and to only lose $3 million in 2021 while we were going through supply chain issues, which we currently don't have now, I feel we could have a really good run right now. The closing of the distribution center, the closing of the call center, the numerous layoffs and closing of stores that we can adjust. And then, of course, in contrast to that is we're making money. So you'll find out how great of an operator we are. You'll see how we can actually do a year-long growth and pragmatic growth and make sure that we actually have this, this change of sentiment as far as GameStop not being a profitable company. We all know it is, but Wall Street doesn't because they only read the Wall Street Journal. So those guys who actually make decisions, they know what GameStop is. And they know it so well that they bought in and they sold on the run up. Okay? Now they'll buy in again eventually, and then they'll go ahead and sell again. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to show profits for their investors, but why not do it in this stock right now? They bought at 16 and 17 and 18 because they knew it was undervalued right there. They bought it at those prices. It ran up and they sold. They sold at 27, they sold at 25, 24, 23. And why would you sell at those prices? Because that's already a 50% return for your investors. So yeah, take your profits and run, but they're coming right back. They're coming right back. But as long as you have diamond handers, they're always going to come. I don't mind them making money in and out of the stock. Somebody has to keep it liquid or illiquid. You'll figure it out. The more we buy, the more it gets.
No, Marantz, so I wanted to ask you a couple questions, and you just touched on both of them.
Yeah.
So the first one, like you saw my comment on that vid of the balance sheet breakdown, and that's why I was like, man, there's also that $50 million one-time expense that nobody wants to talk about, right?
Yeah.
We just took that hit on FTX or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel that they're still just sandbag. Like I'm right online with you. Like I think they're sandbagging those numbers a little bit. And again, like I think we're both on the same page. Like I'm looking around $100 million loss on the quarter, but that's still 50 in the right direction.
Correct.
Right?
It won't be 100. I don't think it'll be that big.
Do you think we'll be under 100? Like
Yeah,
what do you think? 70,
50.
80?
I think 50.
50. So you think we're gonna have $100 million swing?
Yes. Yes.
Oof, that'd be lovely.
It might.
And I could see it because I could even see it because of the sandbagging, like what we're talking about. Because I think they're just kind of front loading that.
So
and then
well, go ahead, keep talking. I'll listen.
Oh no, sorry. So I was just gonna say. So the other thing, and I said something about it in Discord this morning because we were talking about institutional ownership and there's all the DRS Theta Gang beef, whatever the fuck going on lately. Sorry, my French.
Yeah.
But and I never put much thought into like DRS or like I just kind of do my thing. But as I started looking at the numbers, we're currently 27% institutionally owned, right? And we got a 67% lock with DRS. So that would just leave me on the free flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I was like kind of falling in. I was like, wait, do those two correlate at all, or are they just isolated?
Well, it means that you have around 50 million shares floating out there in the world. Okay. And we're not counting shorted shares. So 20% of this stock would be 60 million shares. So if 20% is short reported, you're looking at a functioning 90 million shares all the way up to 120 million shares that are still exchanging hands. Okay.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, at what point are select hedge funds going to say, you know what, I got to get in now, or I got to close, or I got to return, right? So I'm not worried about that. I think the more time that we put into it, the longer this takes, the worse it gets for people. Because
and you know me, I'm not looking at it from. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good, bro. Go ahead.
But you know me, I'm not looking at it as at a squeeze stance. I'm looking at it as at the liquidity and volume because everybody for the last month or whatever, since we had that pop on earnings, has just been crying about, the volume, this, that, the other. I'm like, well, if we're all just sitting on it, everybody's just buying more, locking it up. You got institutions holding long. Like, yeah, it's drying up out there. And that's why, like, again, my other long. I have no problem with illiquid stocks that like to go on no volume.
Well, I got the one that has no volume ever, right? Costco has no volume because no one sells. Everyone knows
exactly.
It only sells.
Well, that's the thing. Like real winners don't have volume.
That's right. And what people are not realistic to the market because they've only been invested for 2.5 years in meme stocks, and they think that they're supposed to be fluid. And these day traders, these gamblers, they live off the volatility to say, I need something to move. They can't sit there and watch boiling water. The unfortunate part is I can. And I can go right back to work and go make more money and buy more. But you're absolutely right. At some point, and this is the part where I feel like people don't understand the rocket and what's the value of GameStop. I was watching the old live streams that I made 2 years ago, and I was pretty much embarrassed with myself, listening to myself saying, this is worth 5,000. This is worth 30,000. This is worth 400,000 a share. But it's not the dollar amount that it's worth. It's more the idea that everyone needs these shares. And then why do they need them? Because even at 20% short, that is MOAS. That is MOAS to the point where no one is giving up their stock. That's
yeah. And
the longer this takes, the more it's worth to someone.
That's very true.
Yeah, well, and I told you last week or whatever, I was like, fundamentally speaking, like anything in the double digits is too much short interest on the company with that balance sheet.
That's right.
And that leadership. It's just too much.
They don't even
But
know.
Again, I was the guy even back then telling you, like, whoa, bro, like they're not going to get caught with their pants down twice.
Right. And I said, and I agree with that to a point. Like, that's why AMC will never run, and that's why Bed Bath & Beyond did what it did. And, all these guys, they assess risk for a living. That's what hedge funds do. That's what Wall Street does. They assess risk for a living. And in a way, they thought they were getting away with murder, and they got caught. Even OJ got caught. Yeah. And the way this works out for us is, Stacks, I'm just telling you my viewpoint from this standpoint. As much as GameStop as we have, everyone has, the sentimental value of that stock is worth more than, $500 a share, $1,000 a share, because those are all benchmarks. Those are all, pinnacles for some people, but for some people, it's just not worth it. It's like, you know what? I did this much time with this. So if you think it's worth 500, if you think it's worth 1,000, right? At any given time, if you see it worth that much, there's individuals out here that hold the stock and say, you know what? It is worth that because that's exactly what we agreed to. And GameStop's still profitable. And GameStop's still going to progress. And GameStop's still going to grow. So why would it fall down? Well, how could it fall down? It can't. And we're going to get past this era in time. And not the error, but the era. The era of this company is just a gaming company. And I don't need to harp on what NFTs are and what the plan is outside of brick and mortar. But I will tell you this. Gamers are born every day. The difference, what people don't know, is when they watch commercials on television and they hear that 80s music playing and they hear the 90s music playing, they have to know that the executives within those companies that make the decisions are of that age bracket. That music is what reminisces with them, what it's nostalgic to them. So when you hear 80s, 90s, 70s, it's because that's the demos they're going after. And what I'm telling you is we're gamers, and gamers are going to be here forever because a gamer's born every day. I grew up with gaming. You grew up with gaming. Our grandparents didn't. Our grandparents played outside. Our grandparents said, hey, we're all going to go ride bikes. And that was an era. That was a great era. And you know what? And it's come and gone. And now I'm sitting here in front of you and I'm telling you, gaming is carrying through because my kids don't know the neighbors. My kids don't go play outside. You know what my kids do? They go online and they play video games. And if they're not playing on games, they're playing on their phone. And if they're not on their phone, they're on a tablet in the car. Or there's always an edge of competitiveness from everybody from video games that it grows that big. The people, I just hate it. This whole idea that video games are bad for you, yet everyone around here is an elevated reader, mathematician, and all because they know their KDR, they know the KDA, and they understand, DPS and HOTS and everything else that we do with gaming. If you're not a gamer and you don't understand the terminology and the words, then that's okay. But guess what? There's a grip of us. There's 100 million of us. There's 300 million. There's 500 million. That industry is forever, and it's not a dying industry. It's an expanding industry, and it's growing. And as long as GameStop has a footing and can stay up with the times and be competitive, they don't have to do what Blockbuster did. Blockbuster thought they were too big to fail, and Hollywood Video did the same thing. They didn't adapt with what was happening. Netflix did. That's the difference. Gaming has this moment in time right now to be, GameStop does, to be a different company than the rest of them. They don't have to be Best Buy. Best Buy is going to lose product off of the appliances and the TVs because repairing computers is impossible. And when you're selling TVs for the less and less every year, I'm getting a 75-inch TV now for $500. It's not $3,000. I'm not having this huge markup anymore, but yet it's still going out just as fast. So the amount of freight it takes, the transportation, the price, the cost, the holding, everything costs money. But I'll tell you what doesn't cost money. Video games to a standpoint, because you can transport 300 of them in a FedEx truck. And you're going to make $50 a pop. It's like SD cards at this point. But if you haven't built into the infrastructure of computer components, collectibles, and video games, then what are you selling, Best Buy? You're going to sell me a dream on that I have to buy a maintenance package for $250 a year, and if I buy every appliance from you, well, then you'll come fix it? Well, I'll let you know how often Samsung refrigerators go out or LG refrigerators, because they're built to go out. They're computers, and people don't know that. It's not the old school appliances anymore like they used to be. So there's just things that you need to change with the times. And Target losing $1.1 billion at the door at the gate before it ever gets to the till, that's a problem. And that problem is going to eat you alive. GameStop has controls. They actually have a fulfillment center, 2 fulfillment centers, and leadership that know exactly how to become better buyers for the demos. So they have a clutch gene in them right now, knowing what is needed for gamers. If you did the homework, you understand that gamers want it now. They don't wait. They want it now. They want it the day of release. So you know what? Your inventories better be up, and you better be able to handle the influx of members that come through the door and give them a reason to come back. The $5 that we're giving back, guess what? I'm eating a $5 loss. It's a lot better than a 20% loss that Bed Bath & Beyond was doing. But a $5 loss is not a percentage-based loss. It's just a flat fee. And the chances of everyone using that $5 every month is slim. But let's just get a quarter of them back into the building, and they'll find something to buy. You're going to find a net profit on the product itself, but it's churning product. You're not sitting there on inventory levels that can't churn. So what are you buying, and how are you buying it? Well, you better hope you have a buying team that is getting the right products, the right price for everything. The refurbished program through Randy Still, we took the best guy in the world from Apple, and we made our own refurbishment program, and we have recycled and gone through, and you can imagine what the markups are for any prepaid, pre-sale item that we do. Whenever we're saying, well, it's pre-owned. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and change, let's go ahead and train the employees to sell pre-owned products before we sell new ones. So, because I can get 3 or 4 uses out of that pre-owned product. And with that being said, I was there, I've seen it, where the kid goes, hey, I've got a new one, but I also have a pre-owned one for $27.99. I would go with the pre-owned one. You could even buy the insurance. And he found a way to upsell on that damn thing. And that's training. That's at the bottom level. That's at the operational level. So when you're saying GameStop makes a profit of $49 million last quarter, yet our profits were in inventory, they were in warranties, gift cards, and memberships, and they all netted past the $50 million mark. That means that's where the profit is. The profit is in the day-to-day operational level, not in the product itself. So we need the foot soldiers to get out there and do more and do better. But guess how they do it? You got to start paying them shares. You got to give them holidays off. You got to give them better pay, better program, better benefits, whatever it may be. This is the culture of GameStop that's being built. So when you go and work for this company, understand they're going to take care of you. Times have changed. Leadership has changed. So all these guys with these bad stories, these negative stories about GameStop, they can miss me with the bullshit. Because if you're willing to change with the time and go along for this ride, it's going to inherently pay you back. But culture needs to be embedded, and it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen by merging with failed companies. It doesn't happen with sweet dreams and baby kisses. It happens with you roll up your sleeves and you go sweep up the floors
Down.
and you clean some damn
Comes from the
windows.
top down.
That's it, brother. How about I go from the
Well,
bottom
that's-
up? I go from the bottom up.
Well,
go
I mean,
with all
as
the guys.
far as like restructuring, like setting the example, like that's
Yes.
that's what these clowns are trying to say something to you about. Like, oh, look at Marantz. Like again, like bro, I sweep up every day. It doesn't matter. Like, and what? So, but this is why me and you vibe, bro. Because I just asked you to knock down 2 pins,
Yeah.
and you went ahead and knocked down the next 3 to 5 also. To where like you just touched on something I talked on this weekend in the Discord, where I was like, we're the consumers now, right? We are the target age bracket.
Absolutely.
Ryan Cohen is, if you look at his Wikipedia, it says born in 85 or 86, which I found funny, but that means he's my age. I'm an 85 baby. So his mind frame, like my mindset, your mindset, we're all just going to kind of see things in a real similar way. And that's why, like, I also brought up, you know, Nintendo has they have a buy 2 games for $70 coupon that you can do online through like Nintendo Switch. And that triggered something in my brain. And I was like, look, GameStop could do like a special event on early, you know, midnight release, to where if you got the rewards card, you pay $100, you get the game, you get some swag, some proof that you were there at midnight release. Maybe you have an in-store raffle. Like, it's little stuff like that that you show a little bit more love to your customers, and they're going to reward you with loyalty.
Well, I'm going to show you something. So there are performance bonus pay and other things, incentives for store managers, okay? And these store managers can come up with ideas of what to do and how they can influence the crowd to show up, line up, and pre-order the games and do everything they can do. I'm familiar with my manager. Now, if you guys saw the Twitter post about GameStop, somebody went out there and put a heavy metal band, in the
I did see that with all the kids running around and shit. I almost reposted it in the Discord.
Yeah, and that's the type of shit that you can do if you're trying to make it, man. If you're trying to make
Exactly.
it. What the girl did for us is, and her name is Tiffany, and she runs both GameStops within a 5-mile radius. All right, and she runs the one in the mall and the one on the side of the road. And she had an actual Call of Duty competition, 1-on-1, set up, everything. They had it. They didn't care. Xbox versus PlayStation. Everybody was there, lined up. The winner gets a free copy. They all wore matching hats that they had ordered from Amazon for like uniformity, like army hats and stuff. They do
Those
all
crew
this
hats.
stuff. She's down for everything to make it an event every time they do a midnight release. So I can imagine what they did for Zelda, things like that. But if you make it that experience for people, those kids will live with that forever. You'll come back forever. I have been shopping at GameStop because
since we were doing back-to-back tube TVs out front on release dates. That's exactly what I posted in the Discord. I was like, that's where it's going to go. Ryan Cohen's coming from the same space that we are.
Yeah. I don't know if he's a gamer like us, but if you can tap into that nucleus, it's going to be phenomenal, man.
Oh, yeah.
So back to the chat. Sorry, I got you on the screen there, Tetron. You're probably just grooving with the conversation. But
No, yeah, it's all good. All good. No worries. It's a good combo.
I was reading the chat while that's going on, and Chad Clifford says he sits on the same side booth with his wife. It's the only move I got, bros. That's too much for me, man. But he's got a beautiful family. Here's a shout out right here from Stan Shingler. He says, "Hey, Marantz, working night shifts, sweeping floors, and scrubbing toilets for the last 18 years made me full of pride knowing a solid dude like you will do what I do. Unashamed. Much love." Yeah, man. Absolutely. Not worried about it one bit, man. And I'll keep doing it.
Nice.
Need more time to accumulate shares, bros. I want more in the 20s. Yeah, thank you, Funny Spider. I agree. I'm a data scientist from Canada. This is Leroy Scovaboli, whatever his name is, Scovable.
Mhm.
I am really, what the hell is this? Is this English? I am really careful about my money. I do lots of research before investing into anything, and I invest in BBBYQ. Poop. I meant to say GameStop. Well, you wrote out the whole thing and you hit enter, so I don't know what you meant to say. Funny Spider got plenty of time when it was 18. Yeah, George, we all did. Also, your clips are hugely insightful, informative, Tetron. Thanks, man. That's what Stan says. He says
Wow,
you're very
thank you, Stan.
informative. Blessings to everyone. Oh, Jesus is back, a.k.a. Jesus United Church. Martha Stewart's hot. Well, thank you. I think $30 is realistic in a month, but I was really hoping for $35 in time then. Okay, cool. Marantz and PP on the same time. I have no idea, Aster. I don't watch. Marantz busting Tetron's chops is so wholesome. Yeah, I mean, he's my guy. What do you want me to tell you?
It's my big homie right here.
These 10 guys right here got all free memberships. Congratulations, guys, for the 10 free ones. Chad, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I already know Marantz. So there you go, hot this year. He does. In the building. I'm trying to put my entire city on. Okay. I mean, I'm down with that.
All right.
I'm trying to put on my entire city. Funny Spider ain't lying, bro. Marantz and Rico knows. They say my show's better. Thank you so much, man. League of Legends, Adam Aaron, or just LOL? Oh, when you write LOL, I see League of Legends, bro. I don't see laugh out loud. I'm a gamer. I apologize. League of Legends, I'm sorry, LOL. Adam Aaron is pushing this again. AMC CEO says Highcroft gold mining boost. He who last laughs, last best. Bullshit. Yeah, this guy's ridiculous. He's going to die before AMC does anything. It's the worst thing ever. Marantz, that guy on cam is built like pee-pee. Okay, there you go. I just read it there. No, that
That's
from
so
Aster doesn't surprise me, bro. Aster's an avid fan of the pee-pee show. He's even got that elevated shoulder thing. Never mind. They're asking Aster, do you sit when you pee? Been off Discord working on changing my life. Abe, I'm down with you. I respect it. Whatever you got, bro. Just keep hustling. It's AC season. That means Ruben has to work on all these ACs in the attics. My blank company going legit. Well, there you go. Plan it, smoke it, sell it. Whatever you do, bro. I just stay out of it. This gut. I don't know what the hell he means. Well, you know, Tom Cruise was texting the other day in my chat on one of the videos, and he was like, you really work at Costco? He was so mad. So he says like this. Imagine you go to Costco for a 50-pack of Charmin and see this guy rambling on about GameStop while mopping in the handicapped bathroom. That'd be awesome, Tom. That would be awesome. That means that the word about GameStop is getting out to everybody.
That's what I was going to say. Someone else will just figure it out.
Yeah. Wall Street knows gaming is going direct to customer and no one wants Funko Pops. Funk Pops. I don't know. The new Funko Pop, I don't know if you guys saw it. The Funk Pops, whatever. The new ones are the, what was it? The Transformers, the Beast. The new movie that's going to be coming out on like the 26th or whatever of May. They've got the new ones you can pre-order. I guess they look pretty cool. That movie actually looks good, man. There's a couple of movies I want to watch, but I'm going to Cinemark to watch them. It's that one. It's Indiana Jones 6, I think. And then, and yeah, I want to watch it.
Yeah, that kind of a 6 one?
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Old ass. What? Henry Ford? Is that his name? What's his name? Harrison Ford?
Oh, Harrison Ford.
Hey, Henry Ford, bro. I'm thinking about Ford. Here we go. Making cars.
Yeah.
The Model T. No, so I want to watch those two movies, and then I want to watch The Flash. If you have not seen the previews for The Flash, guys, holy shit. It looks great.
Gotta check it out.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Go watch the previews for The Flash. It is that good.
I like how you said, you're like, I'm going to go to Cinemark, not AMC.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's unspoken. It's already known. Blended Key, go elsewhere.
It's just...
There you go. Where someone cares. Oh, they're telling. Maybe the guy's blocked. I don't know. But go ahead. What was that? I just speak that way. I'll never promote that.
Oh, there you go. I was just saying, it's funny what you said about like not going to AMC because like my girlfriend was like, "Yo, let's go see a movie," but don't worry, it doesn't have to be AMC. Like that was her like elevator pitch to me. Bro, we could go anywhere but AMC.
Okay. Why haven't you married this woman yet? Like, what are you waiting on, bro? You waiting on?
I might as well, right?
You might as well. You're wasting time. She sounds like a keeper. I don't want to put any pressure on her. I don't want to put pressure on her.
You're good.
It's that real. I'm telling you, man. I've been married. And I'll tell people this. I've been married twice. Okay, married twice. And my first marriage was an army marriage. That means we got married at the embassy. Because we were overseas. and we went to
Oh,
the
okay.
AMC. And yeah, it was that real. Linda Real is here. Lind, what's going on, babe?
Oh, hello.
How's Zelda doing? Did you get the game yet?
I have gotten the game. I have not had a chance to touch it 1 minute.
You're still working.
I'm still working, and I hear my daughter playing in the background, and it kills me.
Oh, she's
Damn.
playing?
Yeah, dude.
Now,
She-
and you only have one daughter?
I have 2 kids,
Okay, I don't
but
wanna
she's
dox you. I
played.
don't want to say anything.
She's played Breath of the Wild through 10 times, so
Oh, okay.
she is just like super Zelda fan.
She's the one who stole your socks.
She also stole the Zelda socks. Yes.
Linda Real won Zelda socks. Zelda socks.
Stole
on
my
the channel
socks.
a year ago, guys. That was a year ago when we gave away the socks, the Oculus, the Switch. We gave away like $1,000 in GameStop gift cards. That was a year ago. So exactly at the time frame. So shout out to Pepperwood Salt for all the love that he gave us while he was with us. I don't know where he's at today, but I'm just saying I'll never forget the man. He's helped propel this channel where it is. But not that we're anywhere, right? We're just a little old channel. But I will say this though to you, Lind. You have the game, but let's talk about Bed Bath & Beyond while you're here. BBBYQ. Stuck in BBYQ. Yeah. Did you watch my song that I did? Did you see it?
I did. Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw it in the stream, and then of course I saw the repost.
So you enjoyed it. You're one of those guys.
Yes, it was amusing.
Thank you. Hey, I thought that up on the spot, bro. Like I literally did that live, so people think I like clipped it or something. No, I just did it. Anyway, how's the bankruptcy going? What are we looking at? What are the deadlines? What am I looking at?
Well, today you had the second day orders filed. There are a couple that have been postponed to the hearing on the 31st. The big dates coming up are your May 22nd stalking horse bidder deadline. You have not seen a notice hit the docket. So as far as we know currently, there is no stalking horse bid,
So it's 5
which doesn't
days
bode
away.
very well.
5 days
Correct.
away. Okay, cool. And well, today's already over. So 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 5 days. Okay. And then there's rumors out there that it's null. How'd you feel about that?
Again, even if it is, like, even if there's a buyout coming, what does it matter? Like, the current shareholders are still not going to get
They don't
anything.
get anything. Exactly. They don't get shares. Of the new
So,
company.
it can be Carl, it can be, RC could show up, whatever, whoever, it doesn't matter. Other than, bragging rights of like, we were right, but we lost all our money. So what's that worth?
Yeah, there you go. So that's kind of like why I stopped covering it, stopped looking at it. I don't have to gloat. We won. By the way, I'm undefeated right now. Just on picking stocks and what not to buy. But if you guys ever want to know what happened to Bed Bath & Beyond, go watch the saga that is Marantz Rantz versus the PP show, Marantz Rantz and Connect the Dots. And we kind of called it right while it was happening. Let them know that they were doing the wrong things on purpose. Now, as far as the leases go for those buildings, are they just trying to keep them vacant at this point and still as part, like basically calling them an asset when they're not? Is that what I was reading?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things to that. One would be they still are in possession of the building, so I guess they're technically still an asset on their books. But at the same time, the lease rejection motions that they've filed have gone back to April 30th, which is why you're getting a bunch of objections to the lease rejection notices, because these companies are like, what the hell? You're going to stay in possession of the building for another month and a half and try and like sell off your lease or sell off whatever merchandise you have. And you're going to tell me that, but by the way, it was backdated to April 30th. Oh, and if you have any personalty left, you're going to just abandon that. So all your shelving, whatever you don't sell, nobody's happy about that. So there's been probably 10 or 12 objections that have been filed so far.
Well, I saw a funny video on YouTube, and it was a guy talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. If they're really going out of business and liquidating, they should have their shit really on sale, because they're not selling anything. They're like at 20% off, 30% off. It's not at dire straits yet, but from what I know, the individuals who are in charge, Restore Capital and that crew, they literally are selling it off at they have 60 more days to go?
If that. But remember, Hilco is the one that came in and provided them with the consignment inventory, right? So
Right.
You're not going to liquidate somebody else's consigned inventory at a loss. And so I don't know how much deeper their discounts can go. Sure, they can go deep on any inventory that they had on hand.
That's not theirs.
But
Right, but, there would be-
But the stuff that's not theirs, yeah. Why would you? Because then you can't do that. Because then you're actually harming any potential creditor payoff in the bankruptcy.
wow. Well, there we go. That's your Bed Bath & Beyond update. Tetron, I don't know if you know Linda Real. He's my man.
I do, yes. Linda, how are you doing?
There you go. He don't want to talk to you. That's how it goes.
Maybe not.
Yeah, bro. He's not about you.
No, it's all good.
Linda,
But I've learned, anytime he's been on,
wait. There we go. Am I back?
Yeah, no, I know. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you're good. No worries.
I was just messing around.
So I don't know. My mic cut out for a second there. No, Tetron, it's really nice to actually talk to you. It's quite the honor. You're doing very well for such
Thank
a young
you.
man. The reason I actually popped on here because I was listening to the stream and I heard Marantz telling you about getting married, and I'm like, whoa, let that man's balls drop first.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
you got some years, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm
I was thinking the same shit. I was like, gonna say, like, no, Marantz, don't tell him to get married at 22, bro.
I think there's
What
a
are you
general
talking
consensus on the
about?
board
Go
here.
to some clubs.
Everybody wants to talk now. Everybody wants to talk. Hey, where are you? Let me tell you, little asshole stuff.
I
Right?
appreciate this.
This guy's got the queen, bro. She ain't about AMC. She's about GameStop, and she's gonna be rocking Marantz Rantz shirt. That's already marriage material. Let's just get it, and let's stop wasting time. I used to, you know what I used to do, Tetron? Don't ever take my advice. I used to meet a girl, and I'd be like,
course not.
listen. I'd be like Rico in a way. I'd be like, hey, listen. If we're not gonna get married, then we shouldn't even date. And she's like, what? I was like, cause then I'd just be wasting my time and my money, and I don't want to waste it. So, true story. When I met my wife, I told her within the first week, I told her that I was gonna marry her, and she looked at me like I was crazy. But it's cool, bro. I knew it. You just know it. That's all it is.
There were two other dates that I wanted to point out real
go
quick,
ahead,
though,
sir.
coming up soon.
Yes.
You have your final bid deadline coming on May 28th. So that would be when we would know whether or not there are actually any bids and whether or not they schedule an auction. If they don't, you can pretty much see where that's going. The other one would be on the 27th. It's the Schedules and Sofas deadline filing. So if you're bears and you like looking at how bad this company actually was when they filed, that will be a very interesting day.
So that's the Statement of Financial Affairs, the SOFA. And from what I can tell you right now, I already knew it was terrible, right? We've been saying that. But from a CPA standpoint, I would say it's going to look pretty bad. But more than that, at what point does this change from chapter 11 to 7?
If they don't get a bid, then I don't see how it doesn't convert, because they were only basically given enough lifeline in their dip financing to get to this point. So it's not like there
240 's
was
nothing. 240
Yeah,
anywhere. Yeah.
it's not like there was any runway for any sort of turnaround plan. It's not like they're making moves with their vendors to even execute something. It is what it is. I mean, they told you when they came in, when they filed their first days, look, we're liquidating inventory. We're shutting down stores. That's not a good look if you're trying to survive in the long term. And if you look at the lease rejections, from what I remember in Sue Gov's interview, she said there's 360 Bed Bath & Beyonds and 120 Bye Bye Babies, right?
Right.
There are 480 lease rejections. So you do that math.
So the whole damn thing.
So that's like next Friday then, right, Lynn? With no stocking horse?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, next week's gonna be a big-
announced
big-
by the 22nd.
Right. The hearing would be right after that on whether or not they actually need to set an auction date.
So 23. Oh, these guys, I feel private equity's just sitting here, just ready to pounce. And, you know, it doesn't matter, because why would you buy it now if no one's going to buy it? That means they're all in agreement just to sit back and buy it off later for pennies. 90%
Yeah,
off.
the only reason to have a stalking horse is to have a floor, basically. So, and I'm sure that there's a floor that the creditors committee wouldn't accept. So, not that the creditors committee is getting a lot in this case anyway, but I'm still waiting to see a plan. When we get the plan, oh man, we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna teach you about plans.
Well, I want to watch that. In addition to that, I heard Holly Etlin is making $40,000 a month.
You know, people were saying, I don't understand why these people would go from great careers or all these other companies to come and do this and ride this down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't looked at what they're getting paid.
Yeah, they're not the ones getting paid. Remember, I told you, David Cass, and all of them are all here just to make the money while the bankruptcy is going. They go from bankruptcy to bankruptcy. So I totally agree. I understand it. They didn't understand, man. They don't get. I don't know what the hell what they were talking about, what they were looking at. They just weren't reading the books that I'm reading, or they weren't talking to the lawyers I'm talking to, yourself included. So I'm happy to do it. Ooh, my wife is calling. Let's see what we got. Yes, ma'am. I'm live right now with the guys.
Yo, Lynn, you just made me think of this this line from, I don't know if anybody's seen the movie. It's called The Way of the Gun with Benicio del Toro and Ryan Phillippe. But he tells me, he's like, you know what I think? A plan is just a list of shit that doesn't happen. And I pretty much, anytime somebody tell me they got a plan, that's what goes through my mind. Because like, as much as I'm the type of guy where like, I like to have a plan just as like a general direction of where to go. But again, like if you plan out 10 things, there's a good chance like 6 of them won't happen. Right.
Yeah, this is a little different in that essentially the plan is a calculated thing based on the assets that they have and the liabilities that are outstanding in the different classifications, and they break down the treatment of those classifications. The creditors get to vote on it, but if it passes, it becomes essentially a legally binding agreement that, you know, if we say that we're going to pay the secureds out at 100%, they're getting paid out at 100%.
Oh yeah, and I get that. That's more of just like a contract and in my mind, I'm just like, yeah, the plan was chapter 11, but here we are coming up on chapter 7, right?
I don't know that it was.
Oh, you think it was just a stall?
I think that initially it probably was a chapter 11 back in January. At this point, they filed just to stall it a little bit longer and try to see if they can get anything.
Huh. Sucks to suck.
You know, I think you brought up a great point before, Linda Real. Like anybody, you were kind of saying how like anybody could come in now and like theoretically buy it once everything's kind of finalized. And I feel like there will be people say, like, let's say the bankruptcy kind of all goes through and everything, and I still do have to familiarize myself. So I do apologize for misspeaking in some way, but just getting to the point that like if Carl Icahn does wind up like having the majority position or does whatever with it, there's going to be all these people out there like, oh, see, like we always said this was going to happen, but they're not going to, the shareholders aren't even going to make any money. So it's just like this whole, just like jumble of noise, if that makes sense. Like
I would be very cautious with Carl Icahn. I do follow that man to stay away at things I don't want to be involved with him. He's incredibly a vulture capitalist heavy person. So
it does not benefit shareholders whatsoever.
No, it doesn't at all.
Yeah, we've established this.
Yeah.
You know, not 30 minutes ago, there was another group of people that were out there talking about how, well, what if somebody comes in and pays a premium? Well, I got news for you. Like that time has passed, right? What is,
that makes sense,
let me ask you this, Tetron, what is there left to buy?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the debt, like it wouldn't even.
Well, you get it free and clear of any debt, but yeah, but I mean, what is there left to buy? Like they don't have inventory. They have store leases, but who cares? I mean, you'll be able to get those anyway.
Sure, yeah.
You'll be buying the Bye Bye Baby name, Lynn.
Which apparently is worth billions of dollars from what I'm told. But
hey, you got two.
How much was Blockbuster?
All right, Lynn. You got 2 kids. You bought anything from Bye Bye Baby?
If you have children, you buy things that are a fine line between cheap and safe. And beyond that, you don't give a shit where it comes from.
Damn right.
Yeah, and they don't got either of those at Bye Bye Baby. Well, they got safe, but not cheap.
Nah, but it's even more than that, guys. How many people are actually having kids more now than before? They're not necessarily. Right. It's more expensive to bring a child into this planet. And with this generation, they literally aren't having babies. Generation X, Z, whatever, the ones that are government supplied kids, okay? I'm just letting you know. I'm looking at it from a whole different standpoint. The mindset of the 20-year-old right now is not have a family, buy a house, be successful. That's not it. Their mindset is Instagram likes, who the hell's checking me out, who's seeing me at the club, and how can I get more time off of work? Straight up. And
I can testify to that. Like a lot of people I'm friends with or just people I went to high school with, like I'm like, wow, this is
it blows me
literally
away,
everybody.
Well, and
here
that
you
feeds
are.
into that macro conversation that,
Oh,
for
yeah.
years we've all been saying that we're overpopulated as a planet. But when you actually look at the math, we're not populating exponentially like we should be.
Oh, it would be totally
Yeah.
different. People put clamps on this shit, bro. There's a mentality
You
there.
know?
What happens when they say you got 4 kids? Oh my God, get cable. Sleep in separate rooms. Yeah, right. My my parents had my grandmother had 12. My wife's grandmother had 17. Like, and
Wow.
my other grandma had 17. So there's just nothing you guys can even compare to. I have 5, and it's a damn nightmare for some people. It's a different mentality now, different world we live in. But anyway, let me get back to the chat, guys. I apologize. I know we're going. It says here, I was poking fun of Rico on his stream, and he said Marantz wears leggings. Yeah, I wouldn't put too much weight into what Rico says. The guy, pathological liar. No, I don't wear leggings, but if I did, we'd have a big problem. Okay, there we go. Man, I have to catch up before I pop into the voice chat. So Frankie Big Lips is trying to catch up. Funny Spider said, preach. And then they said, Marantz, I am an 83 baby. Abe says 83, the year of the rat. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm an 82 kind of guy. I do all right. Stack said he was born in 85, 86, and Tetron looked grossed out. I don't know. I didn't see his face when it happened.
I don't know. Someone said that. I laughed before when I saw that. I was like, I don't know. I think I was just
Marantz, why did you
trying to
kick
follow.
Rico on your way out? I didn't kick Rico. Oh, you mean out of the belly? Yeah, so I was the first one out, and he's 4 minutes behind me. He says he pushed me out so that he could have some peace and quiet. And I always say I got out first because I'm a pimp. You know, I just walked out. But I don't know. We've been around forever, bro. Anyone else here in the 70s? Yeah, a lot of people are in the 70s. Chad is 71. Not 71 years old, but was born in 71. I used to watch Beast Wars. What the hell is Beast Wars? I've never
Bro, that was the best
Transformers.
TV show ever, man.
Really? Bro, I don't watch TV like that. Even growing up, we weren't guys. I was cut from the cloth of my dad saying, "Go play outside," and we used to eat 25-cent 25-cent burgers from McDonald's. The hamburgers are 25 cents on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so $5 would feed us. We didn't get to pick, really dressy shoes. We always had to buy the clearance brand or Kmart, whatever it may be. We weren't flashy with brands. We weren't flashy with clothes. Now I refuse to put a limit on the amount of money I spend on food for my children. I don't have to have those things. And the reason why is because when you grow up rough or you grow up grinding and mix match shirts and borrowing your dad's clothes because you're getting bigger than him, or borrowing your brother's shirts and jackets, for the winter, that lifestyle and that grind teaches you, what you're doing now. So when you look at your kids like they have a third eye in their fucking forehead because they're telling you they won't wear only this type of shoe or they won't eat only this type of food, it blows me away that that's the demos that we're living with. But I'll tell you something, guys. GameStop investors are a lot of the same people that are cut from the cloth that I'm cut from. I'm convinced because I sit here and I know what we're willing to hold for something better, even that amount of hope. I talked to my dad, and it was awesome to find out that he used to buy lottery tickets when he was young, $1 lottery ticket, and just for the idea and chance that they could win. And him and my mom used to sit there and talk about what they would buy if they were to win. They've never won, obviously. But remember I told you that story where I used to have to put it in my pocket at night to sleep, and I would daydream about winning the lottery to fall asleep. If you guys don't remember this story, it's so true. It's not that I spent so much money on the state lottery or the Mega Millions or the whatever lottery it was, Powerball. It was just for hope. And it really was, because I was grinding, I was working. I was like, what's $2? I'm not going to miss it. What's $2? I'm not going to miss it. And it was $4 a week. And then it turned into $8 a week. And now that $8 a week turns into what for the year? It's going to turn into $400. And I could take that $400 and I can just go invest it. And maybe I could buy at the time, I could buy 10 shares of GameStop that year. And that's how my mindset has changed, where every dollar that I could put towards investing, I literally do that now. I scrub the ground for it. I turn in cans for it. I look for loose change for it. And it's all because when I grew up, I didn't have all those things. So you ask yourself, have you ever had a secondhand thing? I've gone to secondhand stores my whole life. I buy tires, and you guys know this, for my truck. I'm paying $40 a tire. I'm not paying $240 for a brand new tire that I get the same tread. I'm just not doing it. And it's because I was brought up a different way. And that grit and that grind that I have, I think that's what makes me diamond hand my shares even more. That the price of GameStop, no matter what it comes out to, no matter how high people think my price target is or what it's not, I just don't think I'd ever sell for the prices you think. The only way I'd probably sell is if it was going to pay off all my debt, and I would be able to just sit here debt free in front of you and do YouTube, the thing I love, for free, like I want to. But until then, I'm just going to keep grabbing more shares, guys. And I know Hot this year is going to do it. I know Chad's going to do it. I know Ruben's going to do it. I know Abe's going to do it. Stack's going to do it. Funny Spider's going to do it. Lind is going to do it. Ruben's going to do it. Tet's going to do it. Everybody. Monty, maybe not. But just do your best, guys. Keep grinding. I'm still here. I'm still reading the chat. When I catch up on this chat, we're going to get the hell out of here. But I bet
Wait, what? What about me?
No, you probably won't, Monty. You're not built like us.
No, what the fuck, bro?
You're just not built like us, bro. You're just not. I just, it's my opinion. I'm going to stick to it, bro. But I love you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
no,
it's fair.
You're too analytical. You're too, right line of the trend line. You're like, it's look like it's been coming down these last 2 years. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm the kind of guy to just be like, you know what, man? It means so much to me. There's a reason why when my dad has, 10,000 albums in the closets at home, because that's sentimental to him. And, vinyl's making a comeback, by the way. But you think about it, like all the things that people hold near and dear to their hearts are probably not things that other people collect. So when Stack's dad is collecting guitars, that's not Stack's thing. When Almo's over there collecting firearms, that's his bread and butter. That's his thing. It's whatever it may be. People all have their vices and what they want to do, hobby wise. A lot of us gamers right now, I traded in my gaming hat for stock bro hat, right? I want to study the stock market. I want to study ideas and go from there. And content creation is part of it. But until I surround myself with everything I want in life, I'm just going to keep grinding. And so what do I want? I have an unfortunate bad habit to some. To me, it's a great habit. I want to collect as many GameStop shares as possible. So whatever it takes, literally whatever it takes. So if I'm not getting a new pair of shoes, if I ever showed you my hiking shoes, guys, you would think they're my church shoes because they're so holy. They've got holes from the sides and the back, and they're busted, and I still wear them up the mountain and down the mountain. I don't care. So
get you some Kirklands, bro.
Oh yeah, no, bro. Yeah, no, I don't. I got what I have. Yeah, no, Kirkland's. This guy. I don't want to ruin those nice fresh whites. I'm going to see The Flash at AMC, so I have the whole place to myself. Oxford Blaze, that is hilarious. Oh, that's good, man. Chad, we are aged with knowledge. Absolutely. Damn, Lynn is on Stomp Out, on to Stomp Out Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, he is. He's all about it, bro. He's paying attention. I met the Flash, Ezra Miller, about a year ago at Farmer's Market. Told him I'm a big fan and asked for a picture. He eyed me out and threw a tantrum. What? I almost whooped on the Flash that day. Jesse, damn, bro. Way to get angry at the guy. Bed Bath & Beyond did Chapter 7 yet? It's working on it, bro. Hit the like button, everybody. There you go. Thank you. PP is reading the same thing, June 9th. Oh, he'll be all right. I don't need an update on the master, but the fact that you can be on both is awesome. June 18th, lease sale. Okay. Oh, man, you must be doing all the updates yourself. I don't believe you. Here we go. Marantz, Kai's is on camera. What does that matter to me, dude? Like, go watch my show from a year ago. I interviewed the kid. He's absolutely psychotic, and he was wrong then. Do you have less than 1,000 shares? I'm not looking unless you do. Well, there you go. The AMC lawsuit with Allegheny, the initial settlement now held up in court. It looked like more dilution. Explain to me how the market will view buying further diluted APE after the reverse split. So, Randy, I don't know how you can buy more APE after the reverse split. It has to reverse and convert. Both have to happen. One can't happen without the other. The settlement.
They can't reverse split before the conversion, right? They have to convert first.
They have to convert first, yes, because you can't reverse split unissued shares. That's the first thing. And what I mean by unissued shares, I'm talking about unissued preferreds. And so if you were to split before you converted, remember that you're converting in the same dialogue, the same information of Annex A is that they will be refilling up the coffers with 50 million preferred shares. So they have to refill up the coffers, reverse split it, and then, and convert it the same. It all has to be done together, guys. So there's just no way around it. This is a lose-lose situation for AMC because if it doesn't happen within the next month or two, they're going to be out of cash. Their cash burn is that significant. To lose $200-300 million every quarter, it's going to be a problem. Quarter 3, they're going to lose $300 million. Quarter 4, they're going to lose $200 million. They're going to lose $500,000 more dollars over the next 2 quarters after this, this successful quarter 2. It'll be as successful as you want it to be, but it's a true indication that the industry is dying, and you'll see it. They just don't want to tell you it, but you'll see it. I look at this every day, guys. You guys don't watch this chart. I watch this chart. This is the box office mojo right here. And what I read is this week versus last week. If you look at this week versus last week, you're going to see that movie theaters are down by the day 26, 27%, 32%, 27%, 28%, 54%. And that's all from Friday till now. So in the last 5 days, they have had a negative amount brought back. You would think that it's positive because you see the big green over here, but that's not the case. That's all based off of the previous day, not the previous week. And why do you do the previous week? Because it's residual. It's like there's a leftover amount of people that go watch the movie again and or for the first time. But the biggest days are always the release date. Like right here, you had $57 million, 55 million, 42 million. So that first weekend, you were out of the gate at what, 112 plus 42, 154 plus the back of it, 156, about 156 million that opening weekend on Guardians of Galaxy, right? 156 million. You go up to the next weekend, 3-day weekend, and you're now down below 100 million. So how much did you lose? You lost over 50% from week to week. You don't want it to have a 50% drop off. You don't want 60% drop offs from week to week. And that's exactly what you had. Because when you look at this week, look at this. Friday, they were down 57%, down 29%, down 27%. These are massive drop offs, guys. So when you have a day, and I'll let you finish right now, Stacks, like Monday, where they actually only did $8 million for the day, guys. Movie theaters. This is all domestic box office. This is not just AMC. Domestic box office is down to $8 million on a Monday. Compare it. You haven't had an $8 million day since the beginning of the month. But all of this was what? Mario Brothers before? Mario Brothers had been in the movie theaters for weeks. Guys, Mario Brothers has been in the movie theaters for weeks before it had an $8 million day. This guy has been in the movie theaters for a week and it had an $8 million day already. That means no one's watching. If you know the drop off, if you know how big it is, how drastic it is, it's like that. So Guardians of the Galaxy, shout out to them. How much are they making? Practically the whole market. Out of the $8 million that they did on Monday, they were $5 million of it. One movie. It's tough, man. It's tough to be out here knowing what they're not going to do. But you can also gauge it by going through monthly and quarterly. When I look at the quarterly, you're halfway through the quarter in May 17th. You're halfway through. From April, May, June, that is the whole quarter. And you're going to look right here, they're at 1.2. So double that, that's where you should be. 2.5, right? I don't think you're going to get there. Maybe 2.6. I called 2.6 on my video, what I said. But the problem with that is, are you going to make a profit off of that 2.6? And how much of that actually goes to AMC? About 50%. So if AMC is going to bring in $1.2 billion for the quarter 2, how much is profit for them? Minimal profit. They need these numbers. They need 3.2, 3.7. And I don't want to tell you how much money they lost during this year, during these 2 years, but you know what it was. $155 million lost in 2019, and they were doing $3.2 billion at the time, domestic box office. So I just think the industry is dead. I think this is what I study all damn day. But somebody else had something to say about it. But go ahead.
No, I just want to tell you, you weren't sharing your screen there. I think you thought you were on your YouTube.
You sure? I think.
Yeah, you're sharing it. It's cool.
Yeah, I thought so.
I did want to say one thing though. I think one thing that you said is slightly inaccurate now.
Go ahead.
The settlement, the way that it has to be effectuated, if you read it, the conversion happens after the reverse, and they're being done separately. As far as Ape will
and AMC shares, right?
Right. So Ape and AMC would do the reverse split independently, and then the conversion would happen because the settlement is written such that the class is from August 3rd or whatever it is at the very beginning, all the way through the reverse split, but not the conversion.
And
so
did they also tell you what the announcement is as far as awarded shares?
It is one share for every 7.5 post reverse split shares that you would own.
That increases the float by X amount of shares. Like it's dilution.
It is dilution, and it also minimizes the amount that AMC would have to pay because there's no way at this point, essentially, they could convert the Ape back into AMC since there's more of them and have that math work out with the original common holders. So since this was all about preserving the rights of the common, it's the common who gets treated with the settlement, and then they have to worry about getting the Ape in there.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying. The unfortunate part is if any investor really knew what all that meant, what it means is that they're going to be trading a $3 stock that will then eventually go to 30, but still be diluted a week later. You're going to be trading $25 before it ever gets shorted and attacked down. And you're going to have a worse percentage of the company itself. It's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. No, I'm right.
That also I'm wondering, I just kind of shower thought. Yeah. So everybody was betting on the arbitrage between Ape and AMC originally. And then of course you had the dilution of Ape, which throws that off and creates the arbitrage opportunity. But now you're going to be getting a diluted AMC float that you're going back into. So that would have to change the calculation and the arbitrage value, right?
Yes. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. So, poor Marcus with May, she can't get this one right. I think that even though it gets done in July, right? That's when all this is going to get done.
The hearing's at the end of June, so it would the second week of July, something like that would be the earliest it could happen.
Bro, that's right when they start acting like, because that's when they release the second quarter earnings. You're looking at nonsense, bro. You're looking at nonsense. They're going to be like, oh, we're profitable. This is the company to buy now. Here's the higher price target. But it's so great because it's a smaller float. They can't attack it. They can't short. You're literally going to be diluting into this shit. It's going to be fun. Oh, it's going to be so fun to watch. I might have to start up a whole new stream. Like a whole new idea. Like AMC Safe Space back old school style. I don't know. Get my Discord up. Or get my Twitter up. We'll see how it goes. No, but thank you for the clarification. Randy says here, next time you wonder why everyone trades BBBYQ, many years later, Sears Estate Company still trades. Is that Sears Home? Is that what it is? Or Sears Estate? I don't know. But yeah, I hear you. Raise your hand if you lost money on Sears and Bed Bath & Beyond. Not me. Not me. I was born in 1983 too, but I know I'm no rat. Had the chance. Did my time instead. Ian, thanks, bro. You're a real trooper there. I was gonna let you know. I am a rat. I will tell on everybody. You try to tell me somebody did something wrong, I'm gonna say, no, it wasn't me. It was him. He's right over there. I'm not taking a bid for anybody. But I'm just not gonna do anything wrong either. I won't do that shit. Every dollar you put in, there you go, SBF. I know it. We old. I don't know. Oh, what is this? I'm grabbing GameStop by the booty. Okay, guys. Thank you. September 24th, I'm over the hill. Is that the day 40 for you? Yeah. Marantz, how high do you think GameStop will go? I would tell you $24. $24. Okay, Kobe Bryant. Correct. It'll go as high as Almo at this moment. I don't know if Almo's high at all. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. You sound a lot like French toast, X-Bit. Well, he's not. You smell like French toast. There you go. You got 500 shares. Marantz, if GME dips, I buy more. Aster, you had 30 shares of Bed Bath & Beyond at fucking 20 cents, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Marantz, people are burned out on Hollywood. Okay. Bye-bye, AMC. Sure. What's that got to do with me, bro? All right. I'm crashing over here on the East Coast. See y'all elitists in the Discord tomorrow and with more buy orders. See you around, millionaires. Chad, appreciate you. As always, you know what to do. Everyone else out there that I owe shirts to, hit me up. I said, give me a shirt. If you're Josh Brown, DM me. If you're Noah, DM me. And the last one, I don't know who else wants a shirt. I don't know who else needs a shirt. Monty, do you need shirts? Are you going to wear them or are you just bullshitting me? Because if not, I'm not giving you one. Lind, I already sent you one, didn't I?
I would definitely wear it, bro. I'm gonna do weekly fucking updates on like a brand new portfolio where I put $30 every week in GME just to really rub it in people who are saying who have no money. I'm like, so you have no $30?
So you're
every
telling
week?
me I could start a channel right now, GameStop promo, and be like, yo, GameStop, here's my new account.
Yeah.
Then just go.
I literally opened an account just for that, just to put a statement out there. I'm literally putting $30. If you can't put $30, get out of the market. What are you doing? Stop it.
That's awesome. So just a shout out to Justin. Justin says, too much, way too much. First time, Justin, he said 2 years, man. Justin's been here for a while, I assume, I hope. But I don't really remember the last name too much. But, you know, I try to know everybody. But before we dip out of here, Monty, make sure you DM me your address and the sizes you want and how many shirts for you and your brother. Your brother's my man. He taught you who we were, or else you wouldn't even know what the hell this is. You don't even know what GameStop is. Get out of here. No, Frankie Big Lips. Frankie's a good guy. Here's Frankie. Frankie, what's going on, babe? How you doing?
Walking the block, man.
That's awesome. Well, you've been hanging out with us tonight. We're just chilling, just talking GameStop, talking ideas as far as how the investment's going, how the leadership does what they do, and how we're not the other companies. Now, I did say I'd go over the balance sheets that I was looking at. So while you're here, go ahead and talk it up, Frankie. What's going on?
Oh, man, I finally caught up. I didn't get my notification today. I was outside kind of doing what you were talking about, edging the yard, getting everything pretty. You know, Oklahoma weather, it does nothing but rain every 2 or 3 days, or we get 4 days of rain, so grass just pops out. So I was out doing yard work and stripping some more copper for my next GameStop buy.
So there you go. You finding it? You just out there breaking the law, huh?
No, you know what I do. I'm an electrical contractor. I get it all the time.
I'm just messing around, bro. You're going out job sites just stealing copper, bro. You're the guy fucking up all the plumbing.
People, like I literally just did a job the other day replacing an 800 amp service where people broke in and stole all the feeders, all the copper, and I had to rewire just because of that.
Check this out. I got a story for you. My grandparents, when they bought the house that they lived in like my whole life, they still own the house. They both passed away, but we still own the house. The family does. My grandparents bought the house for $100. It was $100 down to move in, everything. The house was 17 grand. That's how much it cost. It was $113 to move in. The night that they get the keys and they're going to move in, we're ready to go. Someone went over there and stole all the carpet out of the house. So the builder, I don't know, but the builder agreed to let them move in for $13. They didn't have to pay the other 100. And went ahead and replaced the carpet over time. But the thing was, think about it. They got a house for $13 down. They bought the house. That house is probably worth north of 300, 400 in that range. And they still don't sell it. My family. They're holding on to the damn thing. I'm like, man, you got your money out of that. That thing's worth $17,000 when they bought it. It's worth, easy hard sell. Let's just get it. Let's get 20 times our money. But no, remember, the longer you hold on to something, the more it's worth to you. So that's the lesson.
I got a similar story. The house I live in, my great grandparents bought the house in the 50s, and he bought it for $10,000. Now you got to remember, I live in Oklahoma. We don't have real estate rates like you guys.
Right.
He bought it for 10. My grandpa bought it for 20, and I bought it for 40 20 years ago.
You asshole. Thanks, man.
It's paid for now.
Yeah, I know.
So I mean, I don't like, I'm like you. I make good money. I mean, the house is worth about 120 now. I've raised 5 kids in a 1,300 square foot house. I saved, man. That's
Yeah.
all I do is I save.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
awesome.
reason to have a bigger house. Like, all my cars are used. I'm like you. Everything I have is stored in my driveway. My wife is the only person that drives new cars.
Yep.
And I invest because I don't want to work forever, man.
I do though.
So-
I'm a little different. I want to work because I love my job. I love what I do, and love it that way. But I'm right there with you, brother. You know, we're grinding out this life. 1 second, I got this phone call. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'll go let him know right now. I'll be back. It's my wife telling me I got to go talk to my son for a second. But before I do, because I do want to talk to Apprehensive before I leave. Linda Brill,
My man.
Tetron, go ahead and carry the conversation for a minute. Go back.
Yeah. So, Frankie, nice to meet you. I'm Tetron.
I watch your videos too, brother.
Oh, nice. Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Oh yeah, he turned us on to you a long time ago. So yeah, we all try to come in and pop
Thank
in
you.
and watch your videos and see what's going on. And it's always good to hear insight from multiple peoples on a common stock we're all interested in. I mean, like, there's not much to talk about now. We just wait and keep buying. That's all we do. Everything's moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
I've kind of started taking my kids to all this. I used to go to GameStop all the time. I'm a little different. I like digital because I had 6 kids and they would break my, break them, scratch them, throw them across the house. So I went digital. But my youngest daughter got a Switch, so started taking her to GameStop. The collectibles, started taking them there, and a lot of the stores here in Oklahoma are a little bit antiquated, but they're starting to revamp the stores here, and they look nicer. The mall store, like, I took a picture of it the other day and put it in the group. Like, I mean, there was 25 people in the mall, and they were like, "Damn, that store's looking rough." And I'm like, well, I mean, why would you put a whole lot of investment capital into malls right now? Because the traffic is down.
Mm-hmm.
And but there is a store kind of in like a shopping district not too far from my house, and I took a picture of it and sent it to the group when I took my daughter shopping. They're like, "Damn, that is huge!" And so that's the only one I go to. I mean, there's one closer to my house, but it's just not very big. The inventory is real light, and I kind of brought it up in the group about 2 months ago. Like, I was just trying to get some rechargeable batteries for my Xbox, and I had to go to 4 different GameStops just to find them. But supply chain issues are everywhere right now. They're in my trade. They're in Ruben's a mechanical contractor, so it's the same way. Like, I mean, things are tight everywhere. It's hard to get anything. But they always seem they don't even have enough games on the shelf. But that's something I think they always do. They have to put as much on the they know they can sell. Everybody knows just in time inventory. There's no reason to stack the shelves with capital when you don't know if it's going to sell or not. I mean, in the market we're living in today, you just don't know how much people are willing to sell. But the one thing that Marantz always preaches is, gamers buy games, and it doesn't stop.
That's true.
I didn't get to go out during the when the new Zelda came out. I didn't go by any GameStops and check to see the traffic there, but I can tell you I went to 2 stores and they're not on the shelves here at all.
Damn, so all sold out.
So that's like, every time I come in here, I've been a part of the channel for about a year. I swear there was only maybe 2,500 or 3,000 people in here. And, the one thing I'll say is that it's taught me smart investing. The shitty thing is when the last time BBBY ran up, like, it was around my birthday, and I was doing a remodel that I was making nice money off of it, and I didn't pay attention and I missed it. But I sold for a loss. I'm not mad at it. It went right back into GME, and I could, I'm fine. But the only beef I got with you, Marantz, is when I bought T-Row the other day. You were like, "Dude, you can't be chasing stocks every day." And I'm like, I don't own, I have a large position in GameStop, and now I'm trying to invest. I'm trying to diversify and find other companies that are reputable. And
Sure.
I found a good entry point for T-Row. So I just, every time, I'll buy like maybe one GameStop share a week. Now I'm trying to pick up some T-Row and some Costco. The only company I've been wanting to talk to you about is being an electrical contractor. I'm in the process of getting certified in a company called Inphase. The balance sheet looks good in my opinion. The technology behind it is insane.
That's everybody's it's everybody's idea of their company that they want to buy into. Oh, the technology,
it's
it's going to be great. It's this, it's that. So I have an idea on all that. But Inphase, is that what it's called?
ENPH. But I haven't done the Marantz special on it. I haven't went into the 10 Qs and look at the board of directors, looked at, is there any links to anything else? I mean, I did some simple Google searches to see if anything came up. Nothing really did, but I haven't really done the deep dive in it. And
I'll dig for you.
What's that?
I'll dig
I'll
for
look
you.
for it too. I'll look for it too.
But it's just as a contractor. And so, I mean, everybody knows what Generac is. I mean, hell, if you would have put money into that 5 years ago, I mean, it's, basically the number one whole home generator in the country right now. Okay. But, as far as contractors go, there's a lot of money that you have to put up to keep your certifications every year. The competition in that market is really steep. But with Inphase, I've already put about 10 hours into getting my certifications. They don't use a DC conversion off the solar panel. It goes straight from the panel to AC to combiners to in the system. Like everything is just, when I say the technology, the contractor portal that you go into, every array that you ever install is listed there. And if there's one problem of it, you automatically get alerts. Most of these people don't even know what the hell is going on. With Generac, you got to pay $80 a month for that service. But, when a company's trying to grow, it's best to do things like that. And just literally, I know it sounds funny, but their portal almost looks like a video, like a achievement sheet. Like every microinverter you install, every battery you install, every smart switch you install, everything is all there that your progress, as the solar installer into that company. So it's even the Inphase University that I've been involved with to try to get my certification has been top notch. I mean, yeah, I send emails when I have problems. I literally have a response in 10 minutes. So
I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, it's, they're net positive. They have positive EPS. They have a good growth pattern. They're starting to break out into other countries, become international because they're a California-based company, believe it or not. So that's been like the cool thing about it is, California is big on solar, grid capabilities, the blackouts, brownouts, etc. And just like I said, with the technology, you can automatically detect browns or blackouts, automatically turn to your batteries and protect your home from down outages that can ruin parts of your home. So it's, like I said, there's a lot of things that people take for granted when it comes to their electric service in their house until it just don't work. It's just like your AC. You don't think about it until the day it just don't work. So yeah, it's been really nice. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, it's just, I'm really, with all my investments that I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to diversify more into my portfolio and find good companies. And like I said, this channel, and that's why I hopped in here. Like as soon as this channel is over, this voice chat will keep going. Like we'll keep spitballing ideas. We'll keep talking about other companies and hashing out where we think GameStop's going. What do we think, what's the best attack? What's the best approach? Like it's just been and the people in here are real good people. And that's what I've always appreciated about this channel.
Other people would tell you otherwise, man. They think we're a bunch of...
Who gives a shit what everybody says? We know what the truth is, right?
Hey, that's the kind of guys we are. Yeah, well, fuck them all. No, we're absolutely great.
Come in and hang out. That's all we got to say. Come in and hang out.
Yeah.
And you'll change your mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are so diverse, man. I mean, everybody knows what I do, obviously. I know what a lot of people do in this group.
Sure.
And it's so cool. Like all of us can have a little bit of insight into any market that you're willing to look at.
Yeah. Everybody comes from different walks, but still cut from the same cloth. So it really works out. And everybody knows I'm a janitor, so I do my best, man. But here's a question for the janitor here. It says, Marantz, does nothing happen when AMC's cash on hand goes under $400 million? And is that because the covenants are suspended? So they are suspended for a year, exactly a year, until January 16th of 2024. I believe that's the date. And it's 13th or 16th, one of the two. And for me, the cash on hand that's needed is $155 million. Okay. They're in the $500 million range right now. They can do nothing but dilute their shares to get more cash. There's no other way for them to get cash. Even the popcorn, the credit card, all of that, they still operate at a loss. So to operate at a loss, yes, their quarter two will look great, but I'm telling you, quarter three, quarter four will be a loss no matter what they do. And it's just because their company is meant to thrive off of a $3 billion, or I would tell you a 1.5, $1.3 billion a quarter. They can't sustain that. They will never reach that again. It's not possible. The industry's not there. So as far as the covenants go, they've been suspended. The banks that suspended those covenants are the same banks that would ideally be telling you that they are introducing Antera to AMC. If you guys saw what happened with that, it was just announced that Antera has a very large put position on AMC shares. And that's unfortunate considering that they hold 20% of the company via those ape shares, right? So they actually have a footing on this company, and they've managed to make hundreds of millions of dollars off of simple investment where they were shorting the stock all the way down to 60 cents. They did their pipe offering. They made an agreement, and that's how it went. The next person up in the chat, I think he went away. I was going to talk to him, and then he went away. So,
All right, can I ask you one question real quick about AMC before you move on?
sure.
Like, would you consider AMC like a retail buyout? Like, if retail wouldn't have went in, where do you think they would be today?
I think it would private equity would be on it. I think it's prime for a buyout. It's prime for that because you got to remember everyone in there is for Apollo. Like that's an Apollo owned company, Apollo run company for the last 25 years. So it's just the safe haven for them. It's where they go to get more cash and manipulate even further. But once they found that they could manipulate via the way they're doing it with media, somebody put up a post on the Discord. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's in one of the channels. It's about the potential what they call stock basher. He wrote a letter saying that he's a paid stock basher and how that works out. And they use a lot of terms that I hadn't heard before. And the idea of being a stock basher and then, nominating yourself as a pitchfork guy where you're just there to manipulate, to disrupt conversations, and they get paid by the hour to do it and or bonuses to do it. And they're there to wreck social media and people's belief. So if there's people out there and I've had people come into this channel and just talk me straight off, and you can't get to a guy like me because although I'm accessible, I'm just too level-headed for it all. So I often think back to the guys who have attacked me from day one. I've had them attack me, with the worst things. People have accused me of things that I've never been, accused of in my life, and I just take it. I just take it, but it takes a special person to be out here and tell the truth. There's some YouTubers out here that are going to tell you AMC would have never been saved without them. And I'm talking about particularly them, the YouTuber, where they think they're bigger than the story. And the truth is this, AMC was always meant to be bankrupt and or, pushed out like that. That's why Sean Goodman showed up. But they started giving themselves bonuses based off of how much cash is on hand. And then they waived the covenants, therefore they're still eligible for cash bonuses this year. That is going to be crazy, right? And it's going to be announced in about a month or two that these executives that had managed to lose $1 billion the previous year, $1 billion last year, and they literally are going to get paid millions of dollars for performance bonus. And if that doesn't rattle your cage as an insider, or I'm sorry, as a shareholder, nothing will. So I tell you right now, Frankie, there's no way on God's green earth this company could survive past 2025 unless the banks renegotiate their debt. But I would tell you, be cautious of what Adam Aaron has been doing just to manipulate people this far, because they do it the same way YouTubers do it. They don't care about the outcome. They don't care like who's going to hate them and what you know what? I'll give you this example. I hate Tony De Niro. I hate Uncle Bruce. You can say it, but Uncle Bruce took
I'll be back.
Well, watch this. He took a group of people He took 90,000 subscribers during the heyday of GameStop. He got 90,000 subscribers. And you know what he did with them? He said, "The hell, this is how stupid he is." He goes, "Oh, well, I can get everyone to buy a membership, and I can have them pay me for the weekends, $400. And if you want a shout out, you're going to pay me $25 on PayPal, and I'm going to give you a shout out."
Jesus.
Hey, he grifted on the whole thing. And all he had to do was take his 90,000 subscribers, who now he only holds a live stream every morning, and only about 100 to 200 people show up. You have 90,000 subscribers. Let me tell you what you could have done. You could have just put a video out and do it for free. And YouTube would have paid you back tenfold than what you were charging people. But that's the thing. Everyone can say whatever they want and do it the wrong way. And they do this because they don't give a fuck. Tony De Niro can come out here and say, AMC, buy the dips, hold on to the rips. Ape, it's going to go up. It can't go any lower. They can do these things and promote these things because they don't care about the outcome. The outcome is not their shares because they don't own any. The outcome is how much are they going to make per video, per click. That's how they operate. Adam Aaron is the same way. Adam Aaron's using that vehicle to his benefit, but he is the same way. He does not care how this company performs. You might think that he's all in on 3 million shares. Well, his 3 million shares that he's going to potentially own one day are worth around $3 a piece, $4 a piece. So when that $12 million, the guy made 40 something million. He gifted his kids another 20 million. He's made over $100 million since he's been here. There is nothing that he cares about on those shares. It's all just to save face at that point. So that's how I don't care. That's how much I don't care about AMC, because I know that everyone's willing to say it the wrong way on purpose.
I said, man, you saved me from buying one share. I never put $1 into that piece of shit.
Thank you, Frankie. I'll take that, man. I'll take that a lot. Hey, shout out to Running with Bears. Running with Bears is here. How you doing, sir?
No, real quick, I'm just gonna say I do gotta head out.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. We love you, Tetron. You're here.
No, really, it was a great conversation. Marantz, thank you so much for having me on. It was good to talk to all of you. I hope everyone has a great night. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, have a good night, bud.
Tetron Invest,
See you
guys.
guys.
If you guys need a channel to watch that's not mine, he's a GameStop guru type of guy. He talks it out every day. Give him a click. He's in the description of the video or into the title of the video. Tetron Invest. He deserves as big a following as he can get. Appreciate the man.
Thank you, man. Have a good night.
No problem. Peace, brother.
See ya.
Now here comes the fun part. Running with Bears. What's going on, brother?
Nothing but fun. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, bro. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, buddy. Thanks for that.
Hey, I started running. You know, I started trying to get into shape here. I did 4 miles the other day. I did 3 miles today. That's a little bit more than normal.
That's really good.
I lost 17
It's all
pounds.
about the day-to-day stuff.
Yeah,
That's good, man.
In 10
Congrats.
days, I've lost 17 pounds, and I'm trying to get.
Wow, Jesus.
I'm trying to get to your level. Fitting in my pants again. I'm looking good, but I want to be able to run to Boston.
Man, you actually got muscles though, like most men do. You should try.
Yeah, you know.
I can't seem to get those.
Yeah, no, I guess that's fair. Touche. So what's on your chart here? What you been paying attention to?
Just been playing, still playing the Wayfair to the downside. It's been popping around.
Ooh.
The market seems like it's just going up for no reason.
Well, yeah, I saw that the SPY was going up. You said Wayfair? I haven't even looked at Wayfair, other than when it was going up back in October.
Yeah, Wayfair's the next Bed Bath in my mind.
Oh, I haven't looked at the balance sheet yet.
It's just, yeah, it's a mess. It's the debt. There's a wall of debt coming due, I think in 25, and the new CEO just can't seem to make the cuts fast enough, and stuff's just, it's going to be a problem. I did a whole big DD on Reddit.
Do you want to connect the dots? Well, do it. I'll do it, because I was paying attention to this. I had made a video.
I'll send you the link.
Well, no, that's fine. I'll read your DD. You know that. But I was paying attention to this because I said at the same time, Bed Bath & Beyond, everyone was pushing it. And I said, well, you could have did better if you did Wayfair from October to February, because it went from 28 to 70, whatever it was. I had made that at the video. I actually said it in a Bed Bath & Beyond video back in February.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I said this.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're just
know it came all the
having.
way down.
They just.
Hmm.
Yeah, God, we did the DD on it. Me and another accountant guy. We were diving the balance sheet. It's just kind of the same problems, right? There's too much debt, not enough liquidity, not enough earnings. And then when they did the earnings, it dropped pretty hard. I think from the 70s down to the 50s.
I see it right here. It went from 50 all the way down to 30 something, and then just keep coming on down to 29. The next earning bounced up a little, but you saying that's fake? All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's just a fake out. I do think there's something there because it's not stuff's not adding up.
Well, you know what? I bet you something's adding up on the board of directors. I'm already excited. You gave me something to do right now.
Would you say it's weird bears?
It's so weird how when you don't sell stuff, you don't make money. It's just so weird.
Oh yeah, no. Well, you know, their actual founder left. You know that part. Like the co-founder.
Oh.
So the co-founder of Wayfair left. He's on the board of directors for Evolution Capital with Larry Chang and Ryan Cohen.
There you go.
So there's a connection there that he left. I just don't know how he left them, like what condition. I just know some stuff about Wayfair a little bit, but I'll go dig more into it. That's good to know.
I think there's something there for it. Yeah, I finished that Caesar book you recommended. It was good, man.
Oh yeah. Holy shit, bro.
Yeah, I read the whole thing.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It was good. Phenomenal. You know, it was amazing because Apollo lost, right? But what they found out was that they're
wild.
But it's so much
Apollo lost.
But it's so much stronger than that because what people found out was the resolve in everyone pouncing on one thing. And they found out, well, Apollo has the playbook, man. Yeah, they were all fighting it out in a court, in a boardroom. Like I told you, it was all about Texas Hold'em, the World Series of Poker. But But the whole thing is that from that moment, people knew what Apollo was capable of doing, and everyone went on board with them. It was like a redemption story almost. It's like, hey, we lost this, but guess what? We lost they even lost on Claire's. I want to say Claire's they lost on, but they came out winners. They came out winners in the end because everyone in this industry understands just the power of leverage buyouts and the idea that everyone can work together to get a piece of the pie. That's how I feel. That's what I feel is happening with Bed Bath & Beyond. I feel it's the same scenario.
Yeah.
That everyone is in on it. People picked up warrants when they needed to. People, pushed out a little bit of debt when they needed to. JP Morgan did that part. And it was all with the idea of, hey, what else can we suck out of this? And that's awesome, though. It's awesome. I'm happy you did.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because I'm curious what Lynn thinks. I don't know if Lynn, you've read that book. It was just so wild, all the legal posturing and the arguments between the debt holders and Caesars and the maneuvering. Like it's so complex. That's the part I didn't appreciate how complex that stuff got. Like it's just parts of it I struggled to follow, to be honest. It was just such a wild story.
To be fair, they're not all that way, right? If you're dealing with something that is not something that everybody wants,
right?
Well,
that's why I made it such a good book.
Right. Just like our comment a few minutes ago about the why do people still trade Sears? Well, not all bankruptcies are the same, and if you're trying to compare Sears, which was like the original retail crazy giant, I mean, you had people that literally run to their mailboxes for the Sears and Roebuck catalog, back in the 50s and 60s.
That was the shit.
You could buy a house out of it.
Yeah, you never saw people running into their mailbox for a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon. As an omni-channel retailer, like Sears sold everything.
Yeah. That catalog was it, bro.
Sears used to sell houses.
Yeah, but bro, you get the left side, I get the right. Now we're gonna pick and choose what we want to buy. That's how we used to do it.
You could build your own Sears house back in the day out of the catalog for no money. Like that's where the style of house, a craftsman house, that's a Sears craftsman house kit that would just show up at your property. And because back then every man in America knew how to build a house, like you would just build your own house.
Oh, from what I'm reading on your chart here, you said people, aka Frankie's cousin, came and stole all the copper last week. There you go. All right. So what's your strategy? I'm reading the chat still while you guys are talking. Don't worry, I'm listening. You know what's crazy part is if you're ever going to compare bankruptcies and things like we know you can't because there's always these mitigating differences. But I think that the fact that we can call it from a mile away, right? Like right now, you have bears sitting here telling you Wayfair's not looking good, right? And I look at Bed Bath & Beyond, and when I was saying it, I was like, hey, bankruptcy. And I had, I still have to deal with bears coming out. 90%, 80% chance. There's grave concerns. There's a GC.
You gotta get shot, man.
It's like, no, you gotta just come out and say it. Just tell them, bro, because these kids won't listen.
I know. I'm not as good at that as y'all are. I'll just if I could just leave people a series of breadcrumbs and just
But they
there
don't
you
take
go.
it that way. These guys are buffoons. You're dealing with buffoons. Man. But before we'll keep talking, we'll keep having this conversation. But I know we have Hot this year in here. What's going on, Hot?
What's good with y'all boys?
Can y'all
hear me?
Yeah, we hear you perfect, man. We're good.
What's good, y'all?
Yeah, we're good. I said that I wanted to do this more often because we did this already in the Discord where we were live and we're talking all the time. Like, for the past 4 nights, the guys have been getting together in the Discord in the voice chat. And I said, okay, well, the Discord's free. Everybody can jump in. Why don't I just go live with it? And that was the plan to do tonight. So I'm happy you guys showed up. I hope you guys are helping out. Although this conversation will go well into the night, well past me. I do have a question here for everyone here. And it says, I know it's to me, but even you guys can partake in this question. It says, Marantz, how do you feel about Polte buying GME? I don't feel any particular way. I think that the Bed Bath & Beyond crowd has adopted him as their own, and I don't understand how and why. They think he has money or enough money to buy the company. He doesn't have that much money from what I can see. Not enough to buy Bed Bath & Beyond. That's just me personally. As far as buying GameStop, cool. He has a hobby and he wants to do it and find out more about it. But I don't put too much more into his tweets than I would anyone else's. He's an absolute internet troll by every day. Every day. Text me, DM me for free money. I'm sure he helps out enough people, but it's more about the lines of how many clicks and how much input and he's getting. So I don't know his whole viewpoint. I really don't care. As far as investment wise, it's like anyone else. I would guarantee you Pepperwood Salt has more shares than him. So I'd put more weight into a guy like Pepper than I ever would Polte. And that's just my opinion. Jesse says, I didn't know if anybody else want to input on that. If you guys care about him, that's cool. I don't care. Everybody's quiet.
Feels hokey the way he talks, right?
I don't even know who this guy is.
Public charity stuff.
If you don't know who he is, then you're doing really good. You're doing really good.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not on Twitter. I mean, I've heard the name before, but I've always just heard it associated with more, like you said, like trolling.
Yeah, I literally
from
did 2 whole videos about him, like to tell him something, because he was like, "Who can tell me what's really going on with GameStop?" And I did a whole video for him. So here you go, man. Here's what's going on, and whatever. So that's cool.
Because I thought I always heard like more bearish stuff. I mean, not necessarily towards GameStop, but just in general.
Yeah, no.
And that's why I was like, if he bought GameStop, like who's to say that's not, hedging? Yeah. Like whatever. Who cares what he's doing?
Jesse says he wants a shirt. He says, "Heck, I'll take a free shirt if you're handing them out. I'm cheap and don't buy clothes until I absolutely have to. My drawers right now hardly have fabric on the gooch." I don't know who speaks that way, Jesse. But as far as me, I there's a little TMI. But yeah, if you want something, bro, DM me. You'll see how it goes. We'll all see how it goes together. It says here, join the Discord. He just said that to somebody. I have no idea to who, but KK, I'm in. Oh, Justin, cool. You're in. I saw a Tetron video before ever checking out Marantz, even though I heard of Marantz first. Well, MK, there you go. Tetron brought you to me. That's cool. I'll be in the options channel like always. Hey, XBit is in the options channel every night. He's hanging out, whatever he's doing. How do I get into the options channel? I don't know. You got to click. Somebody to help out Justin. He just joined the Discord. I don't know who's the mod in the Discord and can do everything. I don't know how. Click on stocks.
I love XBit, just saying.
Yeah. Hey, Marantz, I was just hanging out in the Discord. Wasn't looking to jump on to do the live. Oh, sorry about that, apprehensive. Sorry. But I would have brought you in. I didn't care. It's expensive still. ENPH is expensive to 40. Austin, thanks for the financial advice, but I'll go ahead and look at it and I'll try to give out some insight on it. Frankie, if you want to take his advice, you can. It's expensive, but I'll check it out, man. California is great for solar and geothermal. Okay, cool. Ruler Zod Legacy Channel. What the F is Polte doing interacting with the PP show positively? I don't know, and I don't care. The Midwest is great for hydro. I care. I want to know. What the F? Well, Ruler Zod, then you can ask him if you want to. Me personally, I don't care who interacts with that show. If they know what that show's about and they know what they're about, it's the worst. So Marantz is not a janitor. Oh, are you sure, bro? I clean all the time. 24 the money with the camera taking pictures of me. Thank you, 24 the money. Good luck with that. I don't mind. If you want to be paparazzi for me, it's not going to change my day, man. I'm not Princess Diana. I'm not going to drive away racing away. I would see Marantz as no different if he was a janitor. Well, there you go. Probably the Northeast is great for hydro. Niagara Falls started it all. Okay. The hydro stuff, I don't know if they did. Northwest Louisiana has a small area good for geothermal. Okay, you guys are just so random with these things. AMC is obsolete. Flavoring says, you such a shill. Thank you, man. Ed Backwater, he's back. Is this all, is this Kunta right here, guys? I don't know. Flavoring, isn't that Kunta? I think it might be. Turned in for stock info sounds like a bunch of whining women. Oh, man, Uncle Bruce is my hero. Cool. How's your Bed Bath & Beyond investment going, guys? Yeah, good job, Stacks. Enjoy your BBQ, Ed. You're not looking for info. Exactly. DTCC gave 4-to-1 split shares to hedge funds. Brokers just gave everyone a ledger entry for the split. Who knows? Who cares? I don't care what they did. I don't care how they did it. All I know is I'm going to buy more GameStop and hopefully I can still stack. Marantz, I believe I remember you saying that AMC has cash only because it dilutes its shares. That is correct. There is no different from there. He's not on there. You should join. Lots of info and good info and people on there. Apprehensive. Why you ask? There you go. Marantz is not a troll. Thanks, guys. I don't know. I didn't know I needed so much defending, but you guys are good. Ryan Sung says, did I miss this collab? What's Gucci, Marantz? We've been here all night. That's what's Gucci. 3.5 hours, guys, have been live so far. Be greedy when others are fearful. Trays, that's possible. That's possible. What's up, guys? Just stopping by to hit the like button and show support. Thank you, Kyoto. Kyoto's my man. But back to you guys before I leave, before I get you guys out of here. Anyone have any parting shots before I close off the stream? Stacks, anything? No? Great. Frankie Big Lips. Oh, there you go, Stacks. Yeah, what's up? You want to tell the crowd anything? You're on film until we're not.
Oh, man, I was just going to say, everybody enjoy their night and enjoy hopefully buying some more great company tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is Thursday, right? Is tomorrow Thursday, guys?
Yep.
Thursday? Okay, tomorrow's Thursday. I plan on going and working out in the morning. I won't be live until later on, but when I do go, it'll probably be like this. I'll probably do a night stream tomorrow. I know you guys want me during the day, but it just all depends on how much time I put in up the mountain and down the mountain. I'm trying to lose this weight, guys. If I wake up tomorrow and I'm 234, I'm not going to go work out. I'll just stick around the house and I'll work out here and I'll do a live stream. But if I'm not 234, I'm running, bros. I'm running. Like, I don't even think I need to be 234. I think I need to be like 235. I don't know I have a whole record. We'll figure it out if I'm live. Who cares? Frankie, you got anything on the way out?
Oh, man, you have a good night, brother.
You know what it is, Lind? Anything, sir?
No, I'm just.
You're the best.
I do have a hypothetical for you, but I'll ask you offline.
Oh, bro, you can do it now if you want to, or you want it offline.
I'll ask it, and you can decide whether or not you want to answer. Hypothetically, since you've been studying about the private equity takeovers and all that sort of stuff, if you were going to take AMC private, how would you do it?
Oh, that's a great question. If I was going to take AMC private, how would I do it? Well, I would mask it as a hostile takeover. Because I don't want everyone to fault the current board or fault. I would basically make it look like we had to do this. We had no other opportunity. And blame the courts, blame the fact that they didn't allow the conversion to happen in timely fashion. That was just like the perfect time to get out. They can blame everyone and everything around them. Initially, you can blame the shareholders because they didn't give you the shares to dilute in 2021. Then moving forward, you can blame the shorters for manipulating you and doing the deal the way they did it for Antura and the conversion. Then you can blame the court system for holding up the deal. And all of these deciding factors led to the demise and forcing you to have to sell when you didn't want to. And why is that? Because you don't hold, X amount of shares of the company anymore. I mean, that's the way I would see it. I would also additionally see it where Adam Aaron retires in the next year and then blaming it on new leadership. And who cares who they blame? Because at this point, he's trying to get out of it.
It'll be Sue Gove.
That's hilarious.
So, that I wanted to ask, so you don't think it's going to be via bank? Because I mean, at the end of the day, even if it's going private, especially if it's an inside job, nobody wants that debt. Nobody wants to pick up that debt. So it has to go bankruptcy.
I'm not even thinking that route, but it has to be bankruptcy. It has to be. There's just no way.
Yeah, maybe those two are just kind of setting a plan for each other, and whoever goes first, the other one follows.
No, Stacks, I wasn't even thinking on that in terms of that. I was just thinking about ways out. But yeah, you're right. Nah, I take that all back. There ain't a goddamn thing. No one's buying this shit. They're not buying it until it's sitting there on the bench, bro. I just don't know. I don't know who owns all the bonds. I read them, and then I'm like, okay, is it J.P. Morgan who actually owns it? Is it First Bank? It wasn't First Republic Bank. It was a different bank that I was reading. And, oh, man, it's not there, bro. Yeah, no one's.
But that's why I'm especially if it's an inside job like it is on BBBY, then it's definitely going to go through bankruptcy because there's no way they're going to want to pick up any of that debt, even at a discount. Whereas if it's not an inside job, it still has to go through. Yeah, exactly.
It's an inside job.
Well,
that's it.
Well, it's just like we were saying earlier. What the hell are they going to sell off? Both stores here in Oklahoma City are gone. They got closing signs on their doors. What is there to buy left?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're right. There's no inventory. Says, good job losing the weight, Marantz. Well, thanks, bro. And Trades is talking about you. Okay, Lau, appreciate it. What does that mean?
Hey, Frankie, the same thing goes for AMC. What is AMC going to sell off? Their fucking popcorn machine?
Yeah, well, just whatever they have in the theaters.
See, AMC would have the theater license, and that's where I would say that bankruptcy is a good thing. Bears, if it played out this way, what would you think? They roll through this, they reverse split, they convert, they dilute down again, they spend that money trying to buy up assets from other companies that are in trouble right now, get themselves back in the same situation, don't pay off the debt, covenants come due.
Oh, wow.
Chapter 11, they strip off the leases that they don't want, that they can't strip off right now.
Yep.
And then you've got exactly what you want as a private buyer.
And you repackage it.
Wow.
As AMC, and you keep it, but you only keep the ones that are worth something.
Yep.
It's the only way. You bought 700 dead movie theaters, and you can't cancel the leases. They're 15 to 20 years apiece.
But you can.
Can you renegotiate the? Yeah, I was about to say, can you renegotiate the lease in bankruptcy?
Yes, that's exactly what you mean.
Stacks is right. It's.
No, yeah, without a doubt. I wasn't even thinking like that. I was just thinking how could you get out of here? But I forget, man. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm sorry, I forgot about the debt. I really did.
I forgot about that little bit of $5 billion, right?
I'm the one guy who pushes it out all the time. These guys have so much debt, and I'm not even thinking right now. I apologize, dude. I owe you a better answer.
I would say for like I said, I was in BBBY. I lost a little bit of money, but I will say I kind of got in on the hype train of Doge, and then I left that. I left straight from Doge to GME. And the lessons I've learned, not only from the last 2 years, but the lessons I've learned through this channel, in what we're going through at this time, will literally help us out for the rest of our lifetime.
Yeah,
and we'll know things that to look for and things to what you've been preaching for a long time. Stay the fuck away from. Stay away. Yeah, you might be able to make some money in swings, but do you really want to risk your money doing that?
Not right now. You got to think. I was in Doge. I was in Doge, and I was in Doge in January. And so,
But you have a pretty diversified position, you know, like you've been investing for a while, and
but
you
at
know,
the time, at the time I did. At the time, I owned everything. Everything that you'd want to own, I owned, and a lot of it. And I don't know when I just started ironing out my life, where I said, "This is crazy, dude. Look at this shit. Look what I know." Like I started reading things and learning things, and I said, "Well, why the hell am I not doing what I know?" And that's where I switched it up. I believe it was late January I switched up, or even February. I switched, yeah, even during while I was doing GameStop, I switched up to only 4 to 5 stocks. That's it. And I had a portfolio with them all, bro, with everything. I have a screenshot of it somewhere. I know I do. And it was just crazy. And you'll see, the 30,000, 40,000 of Costco stock. You'll see the Doge, like 30,000, 25,000. You'll see all that shit in there. And I was that committed to certain things where I was like, I'm going to let this shit just do what it does. And no, I'm not that guy, because I was trying to be a Wall Street guy.
yeah, I mean, as much as I've chased, I've done nothing but lose. But since, like, I mean, I started the year with, I had a pretty good GameStop position, but just my beginning of the year, I mean, that's when GameStop was like at $15. And this is just in my cash account, not my retirement account.
Right.
I mean, I went to my year to date, and I started off the year with 4,000, and I'm up to 12.
Yeah.
And most, 90% of it is GameStop.
Just keep plugging.
I mean, my cost average in my cash account with 400 shares is $25, and I've never sold one, and I'm happy. But the last time, I talked, I had my 2 retirements. They're 100% GameStop, and I bought them at 17 and 18. Like, it's 1779 is one cost average with 4,000 and something shares, and then 18 something with, I think, 400 shares. So I'm more than happy with that. There's no reason I need to deal with it. It's good.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. I showed up one of my portfolios. When was that, Linda Real? 2 days
I saw
ago?
it. Yeah, it wasn't long ago, 2-3 days ago.
2 days ago, whatever it was. And I just showed everybody where I took a bath in like 2016, 2017. Like I really I was like, shit. But then I came back strong as ever. The reason why I was jumping around on stocks in 2020 is because I had a return of over 46, 47% for the year.
It was a good year.
I was having an amazing year.
Yeah.
And I doubled my money. Like literally went crazy in there. And I was like, I know the fucking stock market. Like I know. And no, it's because I was recovering from 2016 at the time, 2017. Now, this doesn't even count like what my Costco stuff does, right? Like my retirement, any of that. But I was trying to recover money cash money that I had lost. And I found a way to win that year, and I thought that I was winning in life. Like, yo, I know this. And then my whole world changed when I saw a stock get halted, and my buddy talked to me about it, and he's like, hey, GameStop is changing the world. And then, it was one thing to do like a short squeeze, like, hey, I'm getting in for a short squeeze, but it was another thing to understand the company. So that's when I changed my whole mindset. Somewhere in the first 6 months of me buying the stock and doing YouTube, I understood my responsibility about it. And I think that's where a lot of people got off track, and they're willing to put out a video about anything and run with it. And I think that's why Trey really came to grips with himself, because it was like, hey, do I want to put out this information, or do I want to just get the hell out? Because it's too much. It's too much to bear. You have so many people coming down that you influence. I had Bed Bath & Beyond guys attacking me because they lost money. And I said, you were going to lose money. So, what do you want me to do? I want to help. You don't want the help. So I'm going to do it again. I did it for AMC already. I said it was a pump and dump. You got to sell. And before it split, before it, ape even became an issue, I said, get the hell out and sell. I literally am telling these guys. And I was just told I couldn't. And I was told that I shouldn't. And yeah, I met a guy, Monty, the other night, a week ago, and we were talking about ideas and the way we trade and why we trade. And he said, "Hey, Marantz," he goes, "sometimes people just got to lose."
Okay, so much.
And when he said,
I had to.
yeah, no, and I totally agree with you guys, man. Sometimes people just have to lose before they understand what the hell's happening. And he's absolutely correct, because that's what I had to do to find out the hard way on a lot of things. And it's unfortunate that you have to do trial and error. But for a young man like Monty to say that, it just showed me that his wisdom is that of equal of the core group of people that we do here. So I'm so happy with all you guys. I want to read this chat right here because there was two things that came through. One, and I don't care when they ask me how tall I am. How tall am I? As tall as it takes, man. That's it. Hi there, Marantz. Happily surprised to see you live tonight. Much respect to you. Happy 2-year anniversary to you and the mods. I've been rocking with you for a long time and enjoy the ride. Dwayne Turner. Dwayne Turner, I thank you so much for everything. I've always seen you here. Herbert Garcia, I see you too. But I tell you guys, we'd be nothing. This whole group, everybody, we wouldn't even know we existed. We wouldn't know we're in this circle if we didn't put in the time. So I thank everybody from, Running with Bears, Linda Real, the Hot, all the guys here in the chat tonight. You guys have been a blessing to me and my family for this time that we spend together. If there's anyone out there who needs t-shirts, I know I got Tetron and I have Josh Brown who needs to write me back, and Monty need to write me back. But if you guys need something, you guys let me know, hit me up. But I do appreciate you guys as always. And Hot this year just left right now, but don't worry, he has my cell phone number. He texted me and called me right now during the show. A lot of you guys know how to reach me. Just know that these are the best times right now. GameStop is up $6 a share over the last 3 weeks since earnings, or I'm sorry, not since earnings, but since the bottom at $18 on the 2nd. From the 2nd of May up until the 17th of May, we are up $6, guys. It is a crazy run to see it happen, but what it means is if we can move without announcements, move without catalysts, move without volume, I pray you all hang on for when it does come. Announcements, volume, and life-changing money as possible. So with that being said, Linda Real, you had nothing else other than that. Monty, do you have anything to say on the way out the door, sir?
The greatest investment before putting money into anything is in self investment into yourself.
That's why I work out every day, Monty. Appreciate you for the wisdom. Last one is Running with Bears.
Bro.
You got the floor running.
Buy a house.
Yeah, Stacks, we know that part.
Amen. Buy a house.
Yeah. Before you write covered calls, buy a house. Hey,
Buy land.
Running with Bears, what you
That
got?
ain't making no more.
Yeah, there's no more.
I love you, Slacks. What the fuck?
You got anything for me there, Running with Bears, before I leave?
No, it's been good. I appreciate y'all. And if anybody's got any accounting questions, just hit me up. We'll talk about accounting. But no, I appreciate y'all.
Hey, he's a late night dater. Can you imagine going on a date? I pray you don't date anymore because I know you're married and you don't date. But can you imagine what the first date
12
was
years.
like? What was the first date like? Let's split the bill. But before we split the bill, let me explain to you the taxes and the price per ounce for the soda. that we're drinking. And then in addition to that, there's calories involved. So we're gonna do a calorie breakdown. Now look at the balance sheet from this. I think it had to be the worst date ever. I'm so sorry, guys.
There's how much you leaving on a tip.
I poke fun with Running with Bears. Yeah, you leaving tips here, Running with Bears?
You mean at
12%.
Oh god.
No, it's always 20, man. They wait staffs, they deserve it all. I don't. But no, my first date, my wife, I remember it because I wore pleated khakis and she still married me. So
It's the pleats.
Oh my god.
What are pleated
nailed
khakis?
it.
If you've seen Anchorman, you know what pleats are.
Pleated
Yeah.
khakis? What
It
is
shouldn't
that?
have been. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know I had them, but she was like, "Oh, you're wearing pleats." I'm like, I didn't know what that is.
The old
Better than
pants?
corduroy.
Do you have the one? Is that the ones with the elastic band?
No, it's the normal bands, but they got the lines up top, right? It's supposed to. I think it's a thing, but it's like you ironed them poorly, is what it looks like.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't a great look.
Doesn't it have like the like creases in them and stuff?
It's like
Yeah, it's fair
plastic
wear.
without the horizontal line.
hem.
I don't own
It's the
any
hem right
pleated
below
khakis.
like the belt loop.
My wife says she'd never buy them for me.
Yeah, that's a good wife right there.
Well,
My wife burned them for
She's
me.
got style, bro. She's got style. I might
No,
dress up for
she,
the stream tomorrow. Who knows, man? You guys might get me looking good tomorrow. Who knows? I'm starting to feel good. I'm losing all this weight. I'm feeling good, guys. But
Yeah, running's
Well,
good,
I know if it breaks out of the wedge, you'll probably get excited and hop in.
it already broke out of the wedge. But you mean the bigger wedge? Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, there's wedges on wedges around here. You guys don't know what's going on. This is full on hedgies get wedgies. That's exactly what we got going on. So appreciate you guys. I know that the conversation is going a different direction, but you guys are going to stay here in the chat, most of you. Was anyone with the recognizable name from way back then not a snake? LOL, history is kind of funny. Apprehensive, I don't know with the recognizable name. I don't know what's going on, but the Warner Brothers were snakes. Okay, you guys, I don't know. Asper's giving out history lessons in the chat. Everyone else, you guys do your best. I appreciate you guys. Once again, guys, thank you for everything. It's GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Maybe I'll be live. Maybe I won't. Anticipation is yours to hold, not mine. Peace, millionaires. Peace.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz